Alright, give me like a few minutes. Shit. Sorry, I'm just like trying to situate some stuff real quick. I accidentally hit the go live button. I was trying to give myself 10 minutes. Alright, so something I wanted to talk about today, because I've been, every once in a while, well, I try to do this like at least 2 or 3 times a week. Kind of go into this state of like trying to understand like what's my responsibility, some of the things that I do on it. And I've actually, shit, I've actually, oh fuck. Well, but I was trying to kind of go through a bunch of things today. If anybody's actually in my Discord, you'll know that, you know, I have a channel in my Discord where I just kind of spam, like every once in a while, I'll just spam a whole bunch of theology videos in a channel. And I've kind of, today I was kind of just wondering over the past week, what is my responsibility? What have I done that I could have corrected things, right? I saw a stream about beauty, so here I am. Well, that's what I was going to try to open up with first. So I'm going to talk about that because I actually found out, there was it was a long ass time ago. I think it was like 10, 12 years ago. There was this guy, there's this guy named Roosh V. And, he was kind of a person that was just kind of like a joke guy on the internet. He made a few good points, but for the most part, he was kind of a creep, you know. He was a pickup artist. He gave you methods of how to manipulate women so you could sleep with them. And there was something that I saw today that I wanted to show. Just to give an idea of who this person was to begin with.
Meet Roosh V.
I mean, this is, you know, probably not.
He's a neo-masculinist blogger and pickup artist who fat shames women.
Jesus Christ. But this is probably not the most accurate characterization of who this person really was and what he was saying, but it was pretty close. It's not completely 100% accurate, but it's pretty fucking close.
Meet Roosh V. He's a neo-masculinist blogger and pickup artist who fat shames women.
Fat girls are simply unattractive, so why should you waste time dating a fat chick?
And supports legalizing rape on private property.
I'm saying legalize rape so less women would be raped.
And here's the group of female boxers that wants to kick his ass.
You know, a little bit gay there. Like, he's just... like, this video's not... I'm not going to say this video is great, but...
These days, women have no shame in hiding the fact that they are sluts.
As you can see...
So, like, that's a little base at the... That one. That one's a little base. Like, the other ones are kind of like they're like odd claims. Why would you even consider a fat chick, right? It's kind of like a ridiculous type of question. I don't really care. I think it's like maybe you could say it's like an outward expression of an internal, like, problem, but I don't think that it's, like, ultimately that big of a deal. But it is, it's not even really a big deal at all to me. But, like, yeah, what this dude argues for, is kind of like the whole idea that this is what a lot of this stuff was reminding me with Marte's argument. It's a lot of, like, random statements about preferences that is trying to goad people into an emotional response. And at least that's part of it.
Roosh V is
I do think that like ultimately a lot of this stuff is totally meaningless. But anyway, I just want to get through this.
not a good person.
American women are not perfect. They wear pajamas in public. This is retarded.
He runs a meninist
Yeah, that's kind of based.
group called Return of Kings,
I
and
think anybody who wears pajamas in public, that is retarded.
if that weren't already awful enough, he hosts hetero tribal meetings to show men all over the world how to pick up women.
They're all getting a drink. Then they're like, okay, we got our drink. I guess we'll go. Bam, you're right there. You're right there.
Unfortunately, he had to cancel 165 meetings set to take place in 43 countries this Saturday over safety concerns for his members, which means the guy in favor of legalizing rape is afraid of being attacked.
We can no longer
Yeah, this is just kind of a video that's meant to. This is a political video.
take
It's not really like taking some of the things that he says seriously. It's just like, here, look at this silly thing that he says that you must just take on his face as being silly. Like the whole, make it legal to grape on private property. That's retarded. That's a blind pill argument. that's the same type of argument.
a woman's word for it and believe that she was raped just because.
Okay, this is just a lot of. I didn't fucking realize there was going to be that.
Showing up with
that
boxing
much.
gloves and taking it from there. And they're not the only ones who think he's a total Roosh bag.
Women must have their behavior and decisions controlled by men.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that's a misunderstanding of what patriarchy is. This is a trap that a lot of red pill people fall into, where they say that where it's more of like a demand, it must happen, but it's more of it's a duty set. It's not a prescription. It's a prescription, but it's not like that type of prescription. Patriarchy is not women must listen to all men. All women must listen to all men. That's a problem that a lot of red pillars seem to have of oversimplifying what patriarchy is. It's a duty set where the head of it is Christ himself. It's God that's at the top of it. We all submit under God. We all submit under that type of patriarchy. There's ultimately a man at the head, but that's Christ.
An online petition banning him from the UK has collected over 80,000 signatures. Another online petition banning him from Australia has collected over 100,000. The mayor of Ottawa, the governor of Texas, and even Dr. Oz have shunned him.
I'm on the same team as you. We just use different medicine.
We're not on the
That's
same
it.
team at all, believe me.
Look, at his core, he's an aspiring author and blogger, just trying to make sense of the world. His website is filled with thoughtful headlines like 8 things that make a girl stupid and useless. If you don't have kids, you don't matter. And who can forget his insightful life advice? Men should start recording sex with a hidden camera. Roosh V.
Yeah, so it's like it's a bunch of like, insane red pill shit. Like this is at the beginning of when a lot of this stuff was kind of coming to head. But I wanted to
was
show.
a walking corpse.
But I wanted to show this as like a kind of a reflection of the beauty of the church and what it does to people. Because I didn't know that he had actually, like, he just disappeared. I didn't know where he'd gone, and I'd actually not. I think I just started really coming around, like back into like the political sphere, a little bit after he started coming back a little bit, but he left the internet. And he became Orthodox.
I was a walking corpse at my peak. Yeah, on the outside, I looked better. My haircut was better. My beard was more trimmed. My muscles were bigger. My style was better. My stories were more engaging. I could make you laugh more, on and on. But I was a corpse. I was a walking corpse. Externally, I was pleasing the world, pleasing the women. Internally, I was dead. I was dead. Now it's flipped. Internally, I am alive, the grace of God, uniting with him day by day. Externally, I'm a washed up has-been. I can tell you not many girls look at this, which is fine. You know, the muscles I have, I'm not as strong as I was. I'm getting older. That's fine. Outside, yeah, I look to the world as a nobody, a has-been, but internally, thank God, you know, I am alive in a way that I never have been.
And I think that's kind of like a perfect reflection, or a perfect like way of explaining like my journey to it. Like, I was a piece of shit before. Was I a complete degenerate? Did I engage with the same types of things he did? No. But I did do something that's almost as bad. I played with, mental games within my head that made me arrogant and prideful. So, and I also used people to get things out of life because I had found that I could not trust anybody. Because what's the value of trust? Ultimately, if you're some type of evolved creature that has emerged from, what from some fucking bio glue goo shit that fucking you rise out of that. You're just a creature of survival and like if the whole thing is about survival and gaining as many resources as you can, that's the way that I lived. I didn't really care about people at all. I wasn't really even capable of it. And I was completely dead inside. I still feel like I'm dead a little bit on the inside, but I feel as though I'm being revived through the church. And I think that's ultimately the most beautiful thing. It's the purpose, it's the true purpose of what we all ought to do. We ought be a part of the church. We ought try to spread this as much as we possibly can. This is the way that people truly become saved. It's not a nation state. The nation state is ultimately meaningless in the grand scheme of things. It fades, it crumbles, it goes to dust. Something will eventually rise from it that's new and different and holy, I hope. Doesn't mean that it has to end violently. It could be slowly changed, which is the goal of what I try to do, at least. But I just think that it's interesting. I just think it's interesting the way that the Orthodox Church has an influence on people. Now it changes people. And a lot of people still attack on Rushby now based on the books that he sells. People don't actually understand this about publishing deals. Like publishing deals, as long as your books are selling pretty well or pretty okay, like there's usually, like the publisher usually can just force you to keep that book up. If the book is not selling very well, then yeah, you can take it off, like wherever you're selling it out, or reclaim the publishing rights to it. But ultimately, like the book, if it's selling well, will just the publisher has control over that. They're making money, and they're not going to stop that. So I think there's a little bit of grace with that. That his books, yeah, they're still selling, but I don't think that it's like a judgment on his character. That person died, and he's resurrected to the church, which I hope to be one day. That's a first thing I wanted to talk about. That was kind of like the opener. Right? The second thing that I kind of wanted to talk about, and then I'm going to play the game. I may just play the game while I'm talking about it. It's kind of a long-winded topic. People misunderstand like the nature of like interaction with people. A lot of people take interaction online to be completely and utterly kind of meaningless. I kind of agree with that to a certain extent, but it's not because of like the nature of the type of relationships you can have online. It's more, there is a very limiting thing. It's very limited in what you could do, but I think there's ultimately good that can be had on the internet. I just don't think that that's something that really happens because it kind of warps into like gossipy stuff, because that's the way the world outside of YouTube works too. It's all mostly gossip. It's just you don't see it on the face of it. You know, there's different types of. I think there's a limit to the type of friendships that you could have online because you're not there to be able to like physically help them with stuff. But I don't think that that's really a problem for the most part. It's just like the final step. But it's like a lot of people, and the reason that I think ultimately like the internet is kind of purposeless is because it's the people that are there, people on it, the way that things happen, the way that people interact with each other, and they're kind of just dismiss each other, don't really try to like understand one another. Because that's where friendships is born, is the act of trying to understand each other and trying to be as good faith with one another, to help each other, to kind of push each other to make not just you better, but the other person better. And I think that's something that's more than possible to do online. You know, it's just it's just if somebody's car break down, yeah, you won't be able to drive 20 hours to go fucking put a tire on their car for them. Which that is something that's important within a friendship, but it's not like the most important. But a lot of what happens is people, I think the bad way of using the internet is doing all this type of conversation and trying to work through personal issues on a public panel. That's bad. Don't do that. That's stupid. People take all that stuff and just use it to make fun of you and berate you and try to gaslight you into making content for their channel because people are interested in that. Gossip is intriguing. Drama is intriguing. It's interesting to kind of watch things kind of fall apart and go like, well, thank God I'm not that. Thank God, you know, it's kind of like what's it called? I don't remember what the story is called, but it's, you know, like a lot of people will use it as that. Some people don't. Some people are just like, oh, this is just silly. I can't believe that they do this. You know, it's kind of like, it's almost like a zoo in a way, too. A lot of people observe like the craziness that happens on the internet. It's like, well, that's wild. Don't even think about or consider any type of judgment within it, which is, you know, it's fine. I do think it's ultimately unhealthy. I do think you can get caught up in things and take stuff as like a personal attack, which is easy to do. Yeah, this isn't like talking about anybody but me. It's something that I've fallen into for a long time over the internet as I've been coming around these panels, fear things. And as I've disengaged from them, I've begun to kind of realize I found like a handful of people that I like, that I want to be friends with, and everything else on the internet's kind of meaningless. Besides trying to convince people of the beauty of what is orthodoxy. That's the ultimate thing. That is the ultimate purpose, I think, of the internet, is to showcase the beauty and to draw people into the church. Now, there could be other purposes too. You can have like political things that you try to work out on the internet, arguments, debate, learning skills, and stuff like that. That's a purpose as well, but it's not like the ultimate purpose. It's not like the prime thing to me. So I've kind of made a rule with myself. I'm staying on the internet for probably maybe 2 more years. It might shorten or lengthen based on based on kind of the, I guess just based on what happens. Right? But that's kind of a rule. Like I'm not going to stay on the internet for a long time, much more, or a whole lot longer, because it's kind of a silly place. Really, I thought it was silly Southern accent and rage gaming you were trying to play. Well, yeah, this is the thing. Like, there's groups of people, there's friends groups. I come on here to joke around and play games around with friends, but I don't. Let's just say this: I use it as like a ploy. Right? So I'm secretly drawing people closer to the church. Don't tell anybody. But I do think it's ultimately like this stuff's about reached its tipping point where like I just kind of have to follow what I truly think about it, which is that this is pointless. There's no real value besides entertainment and getting better at arguments, hanging out with friends, and I don't even remember why am I even playing this game. I don't even want to play this game. But it does ultimately come down to like I'm not really getting much out of this. I get more out of reading. I get more out of trying to be silent. I get more out of trying to push myself physically to the point of absolute exhaustion. Like I get more out of that. So those are the healthy things that I could do. Um, so that's the healthy things I could do. Being more present with people, family members, people, and even then, like there's a handful of people that even if I leave the internet, what will happen is they just get my phone number and they transition from being an internet friend to now they're just a real friend that every once in a while, I'll talk with on the phone and I go visit them when I can. That's what it turns into. There's not people that I'm just going to abandon. What does not being on the internet mean exactly? If you're gone off everything and will only use it for banking, movies. Well, what it means is that I have a phone, I'll have a cell phone. I won't go on YouTube, I won't watch like anything on the internet. I will be living in a shed where at most, I use a phone for a phone call. That's like the only kind of connection to the outside world that I have, besides going to church as often as I possibly can. It's because like this like all this shit that's going on the internet's like retarded. It's distracting. It's meaningless ultimately. The only kind of meaning that I get out of it is the people that I talk with and engage with, and that I can actually guide people to the beauty that I see within Orthodox. It's like the only thing that I have. And now it's becoming more and more difficult to get people to be pushed towards Orthodoxy, because now it's like a Protestant immune system is kicked in and they just don't listen anymore. They just absolutely don't listen. So there's better people that can debate them into the ground than me, who's just there saying, well, yeah, incense is nice. The Orthodox marriage that I saw was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. The way that the church itself changes people is insane. The fact that within the church itself, there's children around giggling, laughing, and and talking that the church itself considers those holy noises. These are all beautiful things about the church that I love to talk about, but this is not the thing that people want to be convinced by. And I don't have any desire to like rate them over the head with church fathers and giving historic arguments and giving philosophical ideas that, you know, if you're looking for truth, ultimately does guide to orthodoxy, but it doesn't, it's not like, it's not the experience of the church. It's not the beauty of the church. It's beauty in a way that it is true, but it's not like the thing I like talking about. And like this is my thing too. Like I wouldn't mind having a channel where I could do that. I don't think that I'm going to push it that much. I think for right now, I'll probably still go to panels and I'll like try to more temper myself down because I don't think that the aggression that I has is actually valuable. I think that it's actually getting in the way. I think that the only kind of good aggression that I can really have is towards the sin that I have within me to kind of tear it out. But ultimately, like aggression just comes off as like super judgmental, at least when I do it. And I don't like that. I'm not trying to judge people, just try to explain things. Trying to help people see the beauty of what is orthodoxy. But it's also because this is the thing too. I like interacting with people on there. I enjoy the conversations that I have. They help me. They give me a better method of reflecting on certain thoughts. But I'm never gonna really be afraid of like saying something, even if that means that they're gonna be angry with me. Do you think that's better for you, especially when it comes to being closer to church? Glory to God. I wish you and your family the best. It will be odd not seeing the spurging in chat, but I get it. Well, I'm still going to be a sarcastic, like jokester. I'm just not going to be attacking. Like I'm not going to attack aggressively about things. I'm just going to point out, like, oh, there, here, I could show something that happened. I don't know. Like, it's something that I've figured out lately is that the more calm and the more collective I'm trying to be and trying to expose a point, the more effective it is. And like people start to really get mad at me or like purposely misunderstand, or not even purposely, but just completely don't understand what I'm saying. Let's see if I could find this. This is it. This isn't it. Oh, it's taking me a minute.
Kind of bullshit.
Okay. Oh, this is too far back. Okay, I guess he got rid of the video. I don't know why. Maybe this is it. Okay, this is it. Now, this was a conversation that I was having, or just kind of like me pointing out stuff. Because, look, I think people take political issues way too seriously sometimes.
That we want to see.
And like my criticisms that I'm giving are towards Tim Pool. Tim Pool is a retard. I'm sorry, but that I don't like Tim Pool. His whole worldview is garbage. Like he can say that, oh, this is bad, this is silly, this is stupid, but like what is he replacing it with? This is the problem. Like the whole idea of what's happened with the Protestant sphere connect with the Orthodox sphere of people, that this whole interaction that they've had is very, it kind of made me understand like politics better. Because what a lot of people in politics, like Tim Pool does, is they say, this is silly, this is stupid, this is bad. We should, if this isn't fair, this is not fair. So what are they replacing it with? What are they trying to replace it with? A fair system? What does a fair system look like? Well, it's fair under what I think that the Constitution supports. Well, what does the Constitution have to do with anything? Like how does the Constitution itself justify anything? But I know it's the law of the land, but it doesn't mean that it's good inherently because it's constitutional. It's just silly. He's a professional student. I think going too hard in the paint on an issue could be good for you as long as you can learn from it. I mean, it depends. It depends on what the value is that you're getting out of it, I guess. Like if you're doing it because you think that this is going to save the country by being correct on this position, you're misunderstanding something. You're not saving the nation based on a position that you hold politically. You're saving the nation by living out the life of Christ. That's what you're doing. You're not just saving the nation. You're not just saving the people around you or helping them get to that point. You're trying to walk out the path yourself. It's like that's like the ultimate thing that I keep talking about. It's like what is it called? There was a saint. He said, "Save yourself, and you'll save 1,000 people." I think is what it is. I don't remember who exactly said that, but that's a true statement. Every saint has probably saved over 1,000 people, probably more than that. We probably wouldn't even be able to quantify it. But political stuff, it can help slow things down if something's decaying. If the nation itself is decaying, you can slow things down by pushing a political kind of idea that makes sure that the nation doesn't just completely collapse all of a sudden. You can do that, and I don't think that's a bad thing. But I do think that if you're not living out what is the true meaning, the true purpose of life, then ultimately, who cares if you save a nation based on some position, on some political position? Who cares if you save a nation economically if literally everybody that lives in that nation are just whitewashed tombs?
Rather than hope and pray that the
But I was going to try to find
small over
But this is what I'm trying to mean. It's like
that.
when I have you see, here I go. We should start an Orthodox Minecraft server. Yeah, we should do that. That's on the list. We're going to put that on the list. So, shit. So that's the way that I view things, right? That's the way I view politics. That's the way I view trying to live a moral life. That's how I view the world itself. That's the framework that I apply to everything. And Tim is talking about like this bill that's, oh, it's so unfair. I can't believe women are asking for something like not trying to push in a bill that lets them legally take off for a week while they're PMSing or whatever. I can't believe how unfair that is. Who gives a fuck what's fair? I don't care if it's fair or not. So first of all, they could just throw that criticism out the door. What is the benefits that could be had within the system that we have right now that would positively affect society? That's the first thing that I look at when I see any type of bill. What is the good that can be drawn out of it, whether it's a shitty bill or not, whether the intention of it is fair or not?
Babies, I'd say, okay, then maybe we should have protection because women want to have babies. Maybe you only get these protections if you have a baby. The argument that they're using is it's reproductive rights. They're trying to play this game where it's like, if women don't have babies, what do we do? And then they say, you should abort your babies. So you're not having it both ways. You're not advocating for abortion, telling women not to have kids, arguing about climate change and overpopulation. And at the same time,
So this is me, and the way that I'm kind of doing this is I'm not being aggressive. I'm just being like honest. I'm just being honest about what I think. And yeah, this is all kind of gay. Like what Tim Pool is doing here is super fucking gay.
time arguing you should get paid by somebody else when you don't want to work because of your reproductive system.
Between their paycheck and their health, to be able to manage that kind of incredible.
Yes, it is, Elder Lion. Yes, it is.
Incredible pain. This is about listening to us.
Tim is just saying, he's not even making a point of saying something that's true. He's like not giving any type of prescription. It's just like, oh, this is not fair, and I can't believe that they want this. Feminism bad. Which feminism is bad, but come up with a different way of criticizing it besides like, oh, I can't believe they want a week off.
Listening to women when they say they are hurting and that they're in so much pain.
I don't care.
And rejecting the dangerous idea that suffering is simply the price of being a woman.
Yep.
Women's pain is still often dismissed, minimized, or...
What do you mean he's not making any point? He is, in fact,
Is Abe in the room with us now? Well, his hat is ever present, so yes.
If you're not hearing a point, I'm not sure how that's not a point. He's saying you can't demand abortion on demand and protection of menstrual cycle pay time off if you're going to just continually aborting, right? If it's the case that you're on the left and you believe that women should be able to off that child anytime that they get pregnant, but at the same time you have to pay them to keep their uterus functioning to have children, then they want their cake and eat it too. They don't want to have the children, but they want to keep the reproductive
So the whole idea is they want to be able to have abortion and to be able to have reproductive like rights over, or like reproductive favorability in some types of bills where they can get more stuff out of being able to have the capability of having children. So like, I'm going to be honest, within the left-wing worldview, yeah, that's all consistent and all within the same kind of category of thing. It doesn't matter if they could abort. That doesn't mean anything in the idea that they also want to be able to take a week off because it's really difficult on their body and they don't like it. They feel uncomfortable. They want to have time off. So, like, there's nothing inconsistent about that within the left-wing framework. That's completely holistically sound. Like, it's fine. Like, all of that's fine. Like, the problem with it, like, the core issue of it is that abortion is bad. But they don't think that. Can you give them arguments for why it's bad? Yeah, sure. Are they going to listen? No. Because they're spiritually damaged. They're spiritually damaged. They can't. They're sick. Just telling them that they're wrong doesn't work.
Capabilities of their body, and then siphon off from everybody in order to make sure that happens.
And so my idea is like, what could be the good that comes out of this if you let these people have what they want? Well, the good that you get from it is that they make it basically impossible for women to get hired in certain fields. That's what it does. What would be the good in that? Well, they would be more reliant on men. And then you could say, well, they're going to create a quota that you have to have women in the workforce. Well, they also support men identifying as women. So you could just situate everything, and this is what business I think would do, is they would just they would just like put on the, what's it called, the thing that you put in, I can't believe I forgot the word, but they just say, well, why don't you just flip this box and say that you're a woman for me, so I could get some tax benefits, or I'm not going to get in trouble with the government over this. And they'll just do stuff like that. That's just the way things work. Like, people don't actually understand like the everyday workforce. They're like imagining like these people who are in the upper echelon. It's, you know, these people might not be super effective, but the women in the middle to lower classes, they will be. They'll suffer from this bill a lot because they won't be able to have jobs. And I don't think that that's a good thing. But like, let these people have what they want when it comes to stuff like this. This doesn't end well for them. This creates a vacuum that ultimately men in their natural roles will step into, and they'll understand that this is all this shit that they keep pushing is kind of pointless. They're actually converting more women to our side by doing this stuff. What's the stat they use for pay gap? They want to make the same as men and have 12 weeks of separation from vacation. Well, yeah, like you could say that they're hypocrites or that they're wrong about it. It doesn't really matter. Well, that's not my point. The point is the bill itself that they're pushing for ultimately helps the conservative side.
At least this movement does. What do you mean he's not convincing anyone? It's covering something that's happening. It's the same thing as I'm doing right now.
Well, it's like this. You could cover something that's happening, but what is the point of doing it? Just talking about something? Okay, if there's no point to it, then that's just kind of like making my point. There's no real point to it. It's just like talking about something. It's not really like trying to convince anybody of a certain issue. It's just like pointing and saying, this bad. Why is it bad? Because it's bad. I'm not saying Abe is saying that. I'm just saying that that's kind of like the way the Tim Pool show kind of show works.
This is a movement that's wacky, that doesn't even make sense, and it's driving the system even closer to removing women from the workforce, because it's a proof that there is a reason that they shouldn't be in the workforce. If this is the movement that's going to come forward, what's the next thing that comes forward, right?
And this is my whole idea about that. It's like, I don't think that women don't belong in the workforce. I'm going to be honest about that. I don't think that that's like a real position. That's like, you could say that, yeah, they shouldn't be in coal mines mining coal, but women have always worked. Family steads have always needed wives to be able to do certain jobs on the farm, on the fields. Like, this is stuff that's happened. Like, women have always worked in a type of way throughout all of history. It's just they have different responsibilities. And for some reason, like, we've separated both of these actions, these work actions, and have just decided that only men do the real work. you know, which is kind of a silly position. And even then, like, it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, our culture has been altered in a way where men and women have kind of been blurred, and they do things within our culture that are somewhat the same. And you're not going to convince women to step out of the workforce because it's just like a, what was my point? I forgot my point.
If you can have paid time off for a natural process that happens on a monthly basis, what other natural process?
I think you're mistaken if you think there's going to be a clear line of women not getting jobs if this passes. Well, I think that I'm not saying that there's even a clear line. I'm saying that there is a benefit to it. Like, this is the problem: is that the whole thing is. And this is what I'm saying. Like a lot of people do, they say that there's no like way you could know something's going to happen. Okay, that applies to you as well. So you saying the thing that's actually going to happen, what kind of evidence do you have for that? Oh, it's there's the same amount, if not lesser, than what I think would happen. A lot, like just being consistent through what I'm saying. And I think that ultimately, like, yeah, you can say that, but what's then the replacement to that? Is it bad because women get what they want? Or is it bad because it's a feminist idea? Is it bad that women get what they want and it backfires? Or is it bad because it's feminist? Is it bad because women want it? Or these women want it? What's bad about it? Is it bad because it's a poor reflection of the moral character of the nation? I agree. But I don't think it's the primary thing that's the primary problem. I'm saying there is several moving pieces, and there won't be a decisive secondary order effect. Yeah, you could only make predicted measurements, but that's true about everything that ever passes and everything that that's just true about everything when it comes to this stuff. Yeah, I know you're not saying I'm wrong. But my point is, like, I can say that, and when that's the reply, I'm going to go, yeah, true. But I do think this is the most logical outcome that's going to occur. That's all I'm saying. That's the most logical thing that will happen.
Process? Could you just choose to say, oh, I need time off for this, but I still want to get paid in order to do it? Until we have an entire system of the female persuasion just staying home but getting paid and not having to have a family in order to get that position of staying home and being taken care of. Let them build the world they want, and we can work around it better than them.
Yeah, because they're stupid. Like, this is this is the problem. Is I'm not saying women are stupid. I'm saying the left is stupid. The left are full of fucking retards. They push bills that they don't really comprehend or fully understand the full effects of what they're passing and how it truly affects the nation itself. So, like, there's some things like this. If you're going to think of everything in a callous and political way and not in a moral way, that you can just let people have what they want. Who gives a fuck about the moral implications of it? This is something that could be used to better the culture. That's the point. So why stop it? Let them do it.
Elder, that the problem with that the problem with that sentiment is, if you let them build the world that they want, then you won't be in that world at all, because they would.
And it's a slippery slope already. Because this bill passes. I'm making a point about this singular bill. This one singular bill, they could have this and they could use it to prop up the world that they want. And what happens is that we maneuver around it in a way that we actually get what we want out of it. So if they're passing a bill that they don't understand the full context of what they're doing, and they're only really passing something through that affects like the upper class of people who live by different set of rules anyways, it doesn't really matter because the culture below that is what will be altered. So the middle class, lower middle class, and poor people, that's the people that are really going to be affected by that.
Rather, Christianity be completely gutted and canceled and destroyed, be shoved to the wayside, be not allowed in public. We see this in places like Britain. We see this in places like Norway. We see this in places all over the world where the church was a functioning organ of the nation, and it has been gutted and removed and pushed out to the point where it cannot function in the way that it's supposed to. Out, and it has been.
But so I wasn't trying to make a point about orthodoxy. I do think that that's the ultimate like thing that kind of like will be the only thing that really changes the moral character of the nation. But I wasn't making an orthodox point. I was making a political point.
Gutted and removed and pushed nations all over the world where the church was a functioning organ of
a church that is a false church that inspired a lot of what's happening in the West, the Enlightenment period. Protestantism itself has affected the Western nations in such a negative way that there's no real authority structure, and now has given rise to this.
The nation, and it has been.
So if I wanted to make it a church point, I could make it a church point, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm saying this is the system that we have. Why wouldn't we maneuver through it more intelligently than the other side?
Gutted and removed and pushed out to the point where it cannot function in the way.
I want. This kind of bill have been passed in the past, and we've seen not a reduction or a step up by the right, but a degradation of the culture in general. Yeah, but this is the thing, like the degradation of the culture in general is not a political issue that's solved. It's a holistic, grounding issue. I'm behind, so I'll listen later. Hold on. Show me any time that relinquishing power in a culture has helped. What does that have to do with like anything that I'm trying to say? I'm talking about a singular bill. This one can be maneuvered around differently. You're talking about like me saying it's good if the Orthodox Czar was taken out because that ultimately led to another Orthodox nation rise. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even saying that giving them ultimate power is what we should do. There's ways of slowing it down so that the culture can correct itself. And that's a good thing to do. But letting them have things like this that ultimately negatively affects them in the long run, but might influence the upper echelon of the culture, the upper class, it might give them something that makes them feel good about themselves. It doesn't affect anything more. It doesn't give them like superpowers. It doesn't give the government superpowers because women have a week off because they have PMS.
Way that it's supposed to.
Because they're PMSing. See, this is where the problem comes in with that idea too. It's kind of like say that there's a government and somebody brings up, like say we're in a nation that is openly hostile towards us, and they push in a bill that says all religions are now how do I explain this? It's if you're pushing, like, all women in this nation now has to, I don't know, buy milk on Tuesday. And Tuesday is a really important work day for a lot of corporations or whatever. And so then now women have to go buy milk on Tuesday, so that affects their work hours on Tuesday. And now businesses don't want to hire them because they have to go buy milk on Tuesday. It breeds envy because more and more people fall into poverty. What happens is that women, in general, from this bill, would fall into more poverty, and they would have to rely on men. That's what I'm saying. Like, this one bill, this is not like a cataclysmic, like the communists are coming to throw us in gulags and put us under. If it's holistic, it's also political. Okay, well, the whole idea of the holistic view, that's what I'm saying, is that it's from the grounding up. You have to fix the grounding before you can fix anything up top. People can slow things down, but it's not going to truly fix the problem. These things are going to continue to pop up. There are going to be some things that's good to attack. There's going to be some things that it's okay to let them have. That's the point. That's a war. That's trench warfare. Let them have some things while we take the upper ground on other things. This is not something that's worth fighting over, because it does not positively affect them.
Yes, Christianity is on the rise.
Yes, because it's the old church. It's the one that grounds any kind of hierarchy and any type of authoritative structure. That and Catholicism. That's the important part. That's why it's on the rise, because people have no structure and they want it.
But you're saying just go ahead and let leftists just make whatever world they want, and we'll just handle it. We'll do fine in that. If we hands off in that kind of manner, then we'll just see a continual rise in the evils that are being done. And I, for one, would like to see those evils either destroyed or diminished to the point where we can continually fight to diminish them more until they're gone.
You see, this is something that was brought up too, like with what Nate is saying. The worldview eliminates conservative views. There's no conservative views in America, really. There's conservative liberal views. There's not really any kind of like actual conservation of tradition, traditional views within America. There isn't. It's a conservative liberal view. No, it does not. It affects everyone. It affects the market. It affects jobs. It affects us all. Everything in the bill, every section of the nation affects the economy in some type of way. If there's a negative effect on the economy, it does not inherently mean it's bad morally.
You can say that.
Stepping back in the trenches won't help either. We're not. There's trenches that are useless to keep. Let them have it. Flood it with cement.
I mean, I don't know how that would make sense, but you could say that. And if it gets to a point where you just decide that everybody who isn't in your group is the liberal, right?
I'm just making an accurate statement about the nature of the system that we have. It's liberal. It's all liberal. The conservatives are liberals. The Protestants are liberals, but more so like social progressives, socialist progressives. I would say that they're probably leaking out of liberalism. But yes, the nation itself is liberal.
Then you're just going to keep driving everybody away from you and against you. And I don't think that's to your benefit either.
Well, it's not my benefit to lie either. It's not in my benefit at all to lie about position.
Even if it is what you're saying, like, oh, we're on the rise, we're growing, but you at the same time are pushing everybody as far away from you as possible in public spaces, well, then you're asking for the entirety of the system to turn on you, the entirety of every other group to turn on you. And I don't think that
It is because the economy is interconnected to how people interact. That's a statement about, like, pretty much, it's such a broad statement. You could say that about anything. So the economy's bad, so it changes how people interact with each other. So that automatically means we should create a system where it economically pacifies people. We should allow it because people will have more than others. So that I'm not going to say that
benefits you at all. I think you
never mind.
Be a greater benefit to you is people that also hate the unaliving of children in the womb stand with you against the unaliving of babies in the womb.
Yeah, we could all stand that, yes, it's evil to have abortion, but also I could say that you're also wrong about your Christian standards in the church.
Stand with you to make marriage a church affair again. Like, all of these things take enough of the population to make those things change in a governmental system of a nation. If the
What is the economy? Well, I guess it's the basis of a culture. From what it sounds like you're trying to tell me. What do I think of? What do I think an economy is? An economy is an aspect of a culture that is the way we trade with each other. It's like production, exchange of money.
numbers of the
They didn't ask what I thought it will. I did answer what I think an
like, for
economy
you,
is.
you're the only conservative group. Well, then the conservative group is a tiny, tiny fraction of the entirety of the population. And if it comes to that, then I don't think it does you.
So the economy would be a production and exchange of money, yes. This is what I understand an economy is. But I don't think the economy is the ultimate thing that guides morality. Like, I think that there's the moral grounding and the economic like infrastructure that's based around that, and also the idea that, what's it called? Well, yeah, this is why I think, like, a lot of what me and you, when we talk about this, I think we're just not understanding what the other person is trying to say. I don't think that, what I'm saying is that there's one ultimate thing that affects everything else in a way that creates a culture, which creates like a holy culture. I don't think that sacrificing economically is that big of a deal, as long as you're not leaving yourself open to like invasion. But the economy affects more men more than women in general. Do you agree with that? I don't think so. And the way that I say that is, I think it kind of affects everybody roughly the same, to the extent, as long as there's not like prescriptive, like legal benefits to it. Like a legal benefit that's provided to them through the nation.
You good to.
But what I'm ultimately saying, though, but you open yourself up politically. Yeah, but this is the thing. I don't think that the movement to actually change the moral nature of our country is through politics. I think it's through the church. The church is what changes people. That's why I showed the original thing at the beginning of this video of a complete total degenerate that had been known as a dude that like popularized like it should be no legal it shouldn't be illegal to grape people on private property. I've shown that he went to the church and now he's changed. He doesn't make like gaslighty bullshit arguments like that. He's changed. That's how you change the culture, is you get people to do that. And that's a long process, which means there has to be people that go and interact politically that slows down the decay of the state. But without the church itself holding up the nation, then it will die. All secular communistic systems die very quickly. Politics are not evil because they are politics. No, I don't think that politics is inherently evil. I think it's a tool. It's a tool. It's a tool of power. But it's also, don't say tool, well, it's an object of power. So I don't think that politics is inherently evil. I just don't think that it's kind of like this. Say you have like a, shit, I was about to say tool belt. Let's say an object belt. Let's say that there's like, you have a belt that has a bunch of things that you use to do certain things, do certain processing. And within that, there's politics, and that has a whole like kind of, it's like a set of screwdrivers, right? You have a set of screwdrivers which are political positions that you can use to manipulate the machine of power that is politics. And within that, there are some that are rusted and just kind of break apart and shatter and don't actually change anything, but in some cases strip the screw in the machine and make it very difficult to actually fix the problem within it. That's why this was why I talk about abolition. Abolition is a no, there's no like there's no stepping away from that. That's a trench that I have fully fortified. There's no way I'm stepping out of that. That is a political position that if you do not support, sorry, I'm not going to vote for you. And I think a lot of what the problem is people think that voting federally is something that really, truly, inherently solves problems. This is the thing. I vote locally. I vote locally every time. I have gotten people to vote for the abolitionists locally every single time. There's more abolitionists in my state than basically any other state. I try to affect things in the small ways that lead into the bigger thing. So I don't like, this is, I don't like being told by people that I'm just ignoring things and I'm letting people take stuff over. I'm not doing that. I'm doing the small work. I'm doing the little things that actually affect grander change. That's all I'm saying. That's why it kind of triggers me. That's why whenever the topic comes up, that's why the topic comes up, I get a little bit aggressive, and I try not to be. But I do get aggressive about that. We do it all, including the bad things. The bad things are not something that you have to do. That's the thing, is that's a lie that's told to people. You don't have to do the bad things. You don't have to do the things that are evil. Even when there's a gun pointed towards your head saying that you have to do these bad things, otherwise I'm going to wipe out everything that you've ever cared or loved in the world. That's you accepting the bad thing that puts a stain on you. Them doing the bad thing that you and doing bad things to you based on you refusing to do it. Big things. Oh, my bad. Big things. Did I read it wrong? I'll do it, including big things. That's my fault. Thank you, Kat. I was spurging, so I didn't really read it very well. We all do it, including the big things. You're doing evil if you're not doing evil, you're doing your duty as a citizen. I mean, you can do evil by doing that duty that the state demands that you that you have to do. And this is the thing. I do my duty. I try to do my best to provide positive change for the nation in the small ways that I can. In the big ways, I don't think that it's really going to affect where I live based on who a senator is federally. Like allowing others to make things worse for everyone politically. How this is the way that I see when it comes to something like abolition. The idea that everybody can just have an abortion from now to 9 months, that's evil, that's horrible, and very few people actually do that. So if you cut that off, you're cutting a small amount of numbers while also continuing and allowing it to be passively accepted through the nation state as a valid legal or a valid political position that it's okay to have abortion up to a certain point. So what that does is it then makes the population more passive, and we're just like, well, at least we're not killing 9-month-year-olds. At least we're not chopping their heads off the second they come out the womb. At least we're not doing that anymore. We're just killing children 6 or 12 weeks old now. So and that's the majority of them anyways. So we're passively accepting the position that they've always been trying to push, that this is what they want. What it does is they're infiltrating through trenches so that we can push further. No, it doesn't, because you're saying that the politician, which is the gun, you're saying that the politician, which is a weapon, right? The politician is not like a virtuous person. The politician is a weapon. The politician is something that is wielded by the populace. So what's happening is you're throwing all of your weapons over into the other trench while people are trying to it's what you're doing is you're throwing your weapons over the other trench. You're not you're not infiltrating. All right, go back to sleep. Good night, cat. Hope you get some rest. And by not voting for them, you're giving the weapons to your enemy and pretending they will fix everything. Nope. That's Nick Fuentes' position. My position is that I want to keep my gun. I want to keep my weapon. And the person that is allowing things to happen 6 to 12 weeks, that's not a weapon for me. That's not wielded by me. That's a weapon wielded by my enemy. And they're already in the other side, in the trenches, fighting for them. You won't vote for the president, for example. The president, I don't think is somebody that has a big effect on whether something like abortion is banned federally. I'm talking about presidents. I don't really vote for. I don't really vote for presidents ever. I don't think they actually affected them. God bless Cap. But I do think that I don't know, dude. You could come up here and talk about it, and maybe I could make more coherent sense, because I'm trying. I'm not good with reading messages. So when Kamala Light wins, back the Supreme Court reinstates abortion and enshrines it due to aiding extra states, the Constitution. All right. Well, this is the thing. It's when it comes to what the president does, if we're going by it, I don't think it should be. Could you even do that as just a president? Let me say. Yeah, the president can't use executive orders to get a new Supreme Court justice in. So, that's just AI. But I don't like the thing that I focus on is like the Senate, the House. Those are the things that I focus on, and if those are the people that are like pushing through laws and bills, I think that those are the more important one rather than the figurehead. Like the president, I think of more of like a military type of leader. He like affects, like he can get the party, his party, to try to push through bills. Maybe it depends on the type of president that's elected. You generally, yeah, the Republican Party usually has the person they want, so they'll usually support him. But wouldn't letting a bunch of little things like this go unchecked over time be a signal to the politicians in power that this is? I can't read that. Sorry, like really far away. Every time over time, be a signal to politicians in power that this is the direction that people want to go. I mean, like, it would probably be, yeah, that's kind of my point. That's kind of my point when it comes to my position on abolition, is that it's just passive. People just ignore it. So they vote for people based on other things rather than abolition because they think it's like a lost cause. It's like an issue that's not really that important, when it's the most important issue to me. The nature of the internet is mostly fake and gay and terrible for everyone. I agree. It is like I would say about 70-80% of it's just horrible. Well, I'd say more than that, because 70-80% of it's like porn and shit. So it's probably more like 95% of the internet's horrible. Maybe like 98%. There's still like that 2% you can get that's good out of it. We learned this lesson in the 90s. Well, that's the thing too. Is like my whole life, everyone has just said we just have to work together. We'll figure this out, and eventually we'll get the position that we want. We just got to feel it out with each other. We got to have the conversations, right? But it just seems like the more that people do that, the more like they just don't care anymore about certain positions. There's not hardline political opinion positions on things like this. We have to be willing to accept that there's going to be abortion so that we could solve economic issues. And if we're not willing to solve those economic issues, then we automatically lose. Like we lose elections, okay? But why does that have to be exclusive? Why do we have to concede like abortion to these people that at all, ever, so that we can win an election to push through what? More abortions? Like I don't understand. That's my whole point.
Push everybody away to the point where they decide they're just not going to stand for anything that you want.
I've tried not to spurg out because my caffeine's kicked in, so I'm like getting kind of spurgy now and jittery. So,
right.
I don't even remember what I was talking about.
So it has to be some alliances that exist. And yeah, sure.
Yeah, there must be some type of alliances, but this is my alliance. This is the first thing that I say, that if you want to be a part of like whatever political movement that happens, if I want to be a part of it at all, abolition's number one, the only thing, the only requirement. There's other things that I could be wishy-washy on, abortion and not doing things that actively destroy the Orthodox Church. Those are the two things, those are the two things that I will never move on. Not forcing people to say that orthodoxy is untrue and putting them in camps. I don't like that. Don't ever push that. I don't think that's ever going to really occur in America right now currently. But abortion is the primary thing. That's the thing right now. That's my line. I don't cross this. This is the trench. This is it. This is the last line. This is the first and last. There is no losing this trench.
People may have moved more away from Tim, but
when you let them have little wins, they still get wins and fuels the next win. But the problem is you want them to have the win by letting this pass. I want this to pass because it ultimately does not affect their movement positively. To me, honestly, I don't care if it passes or not. It's not really like a hard position. I'm saying there is benefits for a pass.
He is saying some of the things that should be looked at.
But when we came in here, you wanted to concede on this. We haven't said we wanted to concede at all. Well, this is the problem, is that it's already like a concession that people make generally when they're voting for things. Like I have no duty to vote for somebody who is not an abolitionist, who wants abortion to continue because, they need to win elections and shit for the economy's sake and stuff.
And there's plenty of people that don't reside in our spaces in the first place. So he may
for the economy and the culture's sake. What's the culture that we're protecting by allowing abortion to be passed through? Nothing.
A stepping stone into a more conservative worldview, a more conservative lifestyle. Am I saying I see him as like full-blown conservative? No. But people move, and not all people move instantly.
He was saying that that I have to be willing to let go of certain positions to, but even if they're true, be kind of wishy-washy on them. I'll just say it, not pushing anyway. I said the truth. I say the truth. If people want to leave, that's on them. I have no responsibility to cater to falsity. The opposite, actually.
To a different way of thinking.
I'm not trying to convince. Well, this is the thing. I've been trying to convince people of a different way of thinking, but I'm not trying to say it in a way that makes them comfortable. I don't care if they're comfortable about it.
Okay. Sure.
We're treated as inconvenient instead of a medical priority. I know this personally. For years, I lost 1 or 2 days of work every month to hormonal migraines, nausea, and severe period pain. And when I did stay at work, I wore sunglasses to block the
studio, 60 hours. It's so cold in here. And I'm like, put on a sweater. We have a blanket. We have a coat. You can do that. Men can't take their clothes off. Okay.
Even if this was, even him is taking your honesty stance, but your argument is paper. I'm not arguing against a paper tiger. What I'm doing is just making a point about this one position.
You would and then these women argue
can you hear me now?
Should. It's like,
yeah, I could hear you.
Okay. Okay. How aggressive do we go?
Well, I'll do aggression here.
A little bit.
I've got rid of it. I got a little triggered. I shouldn't have, but I did get a little triggered.
We are a little triggered. We're gonna be a little triggered here. Okay, so what exactly So the way that I see it when it comes to the church, because you mentioned the church has a way to fix it, and I agree in the sense that the people in the church are going to be the more likely to be the ones who fix this kind of problems. But is the church a political institution? Can the church take care of a nation?
Sense, yes, but not like in a theocratic sense.
I'm talking about, can the church take care of Congress so that they have the laws in accordance to the church?
Depending on the people that are within it. If there are people that are from the church within the Senate, and they are the ones enforcing the church's morals on the nation.
And so it would be the layman, right?
Yep.
and the layman have civic duties, because the church doesn't have civic duties, right?
The individual does have some civic duties, depending on whether they contradict God.
I mean, unless I would say that unless that civic duty was something that is completely anathematized or absolutely against any kind of moral statement, they would still have civic duties, correct?
To an extent, yes. There's also individual discernment that you have to go through to make sure that you're not
Individual
accidentally.
discernments?
Yeah, there are individual discernments that
Like
you have
which
to be
ones?
capable of making. Whether or not you are voting for something that inherently is evil, like abortion.
Well, yeah, but whenever you're talking about voting, you have to make a holistic determination towards where the nation is going, right?
Worded a little differently.
So let's say that we have two options. One is gonna take the general population towards an idea in power that has to do with Satanism, and the other one is milk toast Christianity. Which one would you vote for?
They're both satanic. So there's not really a big difference to me there.
No, there is a difference. One is milk toast Christianity. It's milk toasty. It's about niceness and not very.
Yeah,
No,
one's
it doesn't
passive,
follow
one's aggressive.
directly. So you don't see a difference between those two at all.
In the sense of destroying moral character, no.
What are you talking about? Like, you think that there will not be a destruction of the moral character when it comes to Satanism being in power?
Yes, and I think there's the same amount, but a more passive kind of, what is it called, apathy with the Protestant position.
So when the Satanists will go to the 4th of July and part of the celebration is pretty much going on ahead and performing ABs in the Washington Monument because that's what they want, you would be like, well, it's the same thing as the milquetoast Christians.
Yeah, the milquetoast, like average progressive Christian that allows abortion up to 12 weeks because, God wants women to have their own choice and say over the body, yeah. If you're talking about like high church Lutheranism, sure, I could go with high church Lutheranism. But low church, like Baptists, progressive theologians, no. Like all of them, they are the
I'm
general.
talking about progressive theologians. I'm talking about milk toasty, run of the mill.
Yeah, the average
90s
Christian is a progressive Christian in America.
Yeah. I understand that there is progressivism and the cult of niceness, but you're literally telling me that they're the same as Satanists?
Yeah, the progressive ones are. You're talking about the average of Protestant theology within America. The average is the non-denominational progressive theology.
Really, you really believe that the average Protestant is the same as a Satanist?
When it comes to allowing women to have choice over their own body with abortion, yeah.
Okay, is it the same that they will do it in the 4th of July as part of the celebration?
It'd just be two different, like, expressions of it. But the same thing.
Uh-huh. No, they're not the same thing.
They're both leading to the immoral action of the abortion.
No, they don't both lead to the immoral action of abortion. Most of the milk toast, okay, conservative, most of the milk toast Christians are against it. 100%. I talked to them.
I would say like a lot of Baptists are like there's like a few categories of like what are they called? Like they're the big like 3 or 4 denominations that have rough ideas of what they think is moral, and they come into the apologetic sphere to kind of attack like political positions that may be actively against things like abortion, but they have no theological like authority to even make those types of arguments. So
I agree with you, but for example, abolitionist rising. Abolitionist rising is a milk toast Christian.
yes, and the reason that that's occurring is because of a handful of people who are making it like that's the position that they will refuse to move on. And
Yeah,
I believe in
yeah, but you
supporting
just
that.
told me that abolitionist rising is a fucking idiot that wants is a fucking Satanist. It's the same thing.
Not if he's pushing for abolition, that's a good thing. That could be a good thing that's separated from Satanism or the church or their church.
Yeah, but
So that
this is the
he's not
problem I'm
supporting the
having
same
with you.
position.
You said that it was the same thing for to vote for milk toast, like the guys in
Yeah, the
abolitionist rising than a
general
Satanist.
when we're talking about the generality of what Protestantism is in America, it's mostly progressive, gay, and pro-abortion stances that they have.
I
Non-denominational bullshit.
disagree. If you go to the Christian belt is like the most milk toasty. The Christian belt is the one that's
Yeah,
producing the most, and
the South is more
they're the
conservative.
yes,
They're not
they
the
are more.
highest population. California, New York, these have the highest concentration of non-denominational churches that are based off of progressive values. So they're a reflection of the
And they have
state.
the
Their
least amount of
political powers. They're not really a church.
no, they're not political powers.
Yes, they are.
No, they're economic. The non-denominational churches, they're made specifically as economic tools because they don't pay taxes.
Mhm. They also push and inform the average layman in the culture about the progressive values and giving it a justification that God approves of it. So they're political powers as well.
Not the progressive values. They do bad interpretation of Christianity, but they try even if you go to bad churches, which I've been to, they would in 90% of them they will be against abortion.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying that this is not the case when you're talking about the entirety of the nation itself. You can go
The
to
entirety of the
individual
nation
churches.
itself is
What I'm saying is this: is it's really more so state dependent whether or not the church's position on abortion or gay marriage is really a thing. I've had plenty of what's it called? Not is Pentecostal the Calvinists? I get them confused with the other ones.
And are not the Pentecostals the one that like deal with the snakes and stuff like that? And
Let me see. Well, I'm just gonna Google all the dominate. I get Pentecostals and something else confused with something else.
Protestant Christian movement emphasizes the direct personal experience of God through baptism in the Holy Spirit, of believer and expression worship. Yes, they're the ones who have like the snakes and shit.
I'm trying to think of which one the Calvinist ones. Hold on.
Oh, Calvinists are.
I think they're Presbyterian. I don't remember. I have to look.
5 points.
Okay, Pentecostals are the charismatics.
The Pentecostals are charismatic. Presbyterians are Calvinist, and the ones Presbyterian are like agnostics, weirdos.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is like there are churches in the South that are like Baptists, Anabaptists that are like really against abortion to a certain extent, but then you go to a Baptist or Anabaptist church in California, and it's just completely the opposite. And even here, a lot of the Methodist church, because the Methodist churches are usually black, they're pretty pro-abortion there.
I'm not saying that there are not problems with the culture. In fact, I'm saying that there are problems with the culture. And I will say that the church has its own battles. But the battle that we have as laymen is not, it cannot be just we cannot just justify not fighting said battle just because the culture's fucked. It's the other way around. We ought to do what is good because that is the way to showcase the duties that we have, so that so that we move forth the position towards a better future for our kids. So even if voting may seem irrelevant because we're not going to get exactly what we want, we do it in accordance to what is good, or what is not what is good, what is best for the nation that we have, because we have people that are going to be the ones in the next generation, and we're trying to move everything towards a better future. And it's not going to be perfect because they're not, because first off, we are not God, so we cannot make it perfect.
It's not about making it perfect. It's about living out the moral virtue of not killing
The
children,
duties.
not committing child sacrifice, not allowing a nation.
It's happening
to
right
consider
now, and the only
yes,
reason
it is.
why
It's happening right now.
the
and
only
we're
reason,
soft, and we allow
yeah,
it to continue to happen because we're more interested in learning. We're trying to slowly push forward
the
on a
only
trench that's
reason,
already fucking immediately infiltrated and completely Swiss cheese by the fucking progressives on it. Like, this is the thing. We're not
well,
pushing those people out. We're
no, this
allowing
is
them to
70
stay in
years
our
ago.
trench. We're allowing them to stay in the trench.
When was Roe v. Wade passed? When was Roe v. Wade passed? In 73.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been
safe, legal, and rare. That was the whole idea of it. How did that evolve over time? It eventually turned into what it is now, where now there are states that push for up to 9 months, or even after the baby is born, still have some time to kill them. So
correct, but we should just allow that. Why shouldn't we just allow the progressives
that was the point.
to do it?
We shouldn't have allowed that to happen in the first place, because now look what's happened.
I know, but right now you're saying that we should allow other shit to be done by these same progressives, and that's going to fix it.
The shit's already happening. Throw them out of our trench. They're not helping. They're progressives. They've infiltrated us. Get them out of the trench. Throw them out. Put them back in no man's land and reclaim the weapons that we have.
Yeah, we agree, but the way we do it is not by denying. It's not by throwing the weapons to the other side and be like, "Well, you can do what you want." Why would we allow them to do what they want?
What we do is we take the weapon
law?
out of the hand of the progressive that's infiltrated our trench, and we push them out of the trench. We take the weapon out of their hand. And if we allow them to have that weapon, they start running across over to the other side. Okay, that's the effect of what the voting system is. You've just given this person this weapon, and you've trusted them to have a hard position on something, and they decided, no, I'm not actually going to do it because I want to run for president or senator for the state one day, or I want to go run for mayor in a progressive city.
By not voting in the general elections, like president, okay, you are giving the power to the other person.
I'm saying that they already have that position. If they already have that position on abortion, they were never on our side to begin with. And it was foolish to even trust them. And it's foolish to even allow them to have that power, because they're just going to betray us, because they already did.
The only reason why we got rid of Roe v. Wade was because people voted against it. People actually voted for someone like Trump. That was the only reason.
And what kind of effect did that have on the nation itself? It just, in each state, now there's a 6 to 12 week limit, even on states like mine that are really anti-abortion. They still push in this position, even though nobody in my fucking state supports that except like a few select areas.
You can vote. You can vote locally now to get rid of it on your state, and we can keep on pushing for that. Beforehand, it was not even possible.
And everything still voted to push it through. They still did what they wanted to, because they don't care about the people in the state. They care about climbing some political ladder to become a federal Senate Democrat.
So
they care about that. They don't give a shit about anything. You don't give them the weapon.
What do you mean you don't give? If you don't give those guys that you voted in the first time because we're supposed to be conservatives, who's going to have the weapon?
You vote for the person who's actually an abolition and will actually enforce it. That's the only choice you have, even if
wait. You don't vote for them. You don't, okay? You don't vote for them. You say, all of the conservatives will not vote for this guy, okay, that was supposed to be a conservative, because he accepted abortion. Okay, all of the progressives are gonna vote. Who's gonna be the person in power?
The same thing. The same progressive that would have won even if you had voted for the
Okay.
Democrat or the Republican.
Well,
You just
no,
had a
because this time
Republican
it's gonna be
progressive
9
or a
months
Democrat
instead of
Republican.
6 weeks.
And then there would
Yeah,
only still
this
be a
time it's gonna
handful
be
of those
9
that
months instead
happen
of 6
instead of
weeks.
the general. If you're focused on the little individual particulars of what's already a horrific action and diverting
You are
from what
already
is the
doing
primary big problem where the mass majority of the abortions actually occur. That's the thing that's being allowed when, like, I think it's like not even, but I don't even think it's really like 1 or 2% of those actual abortions that we would not allow to
fine,
happen,
but now it's
depending on
up
the
to
Republican
fine,
progressive
but
that won.
now it's up to 9 weeks, and you allow. Now you told everybody, okay, the next election, nobody's gonna go ahead and be the one that's gonna be like, oh, we're gonna vote this out because now the thing that people realize is that the people who want abortions to happen are the ones winning, which is exactly what happened when Roe v. Wade was destroyed. People got galvanized on the other side. They started voting in a bunch of progressives. They lost a bunch of states, and it ended up being that they started inputting these 6 weeks because it was the best they could do. Because the other side thought that we won and didn't actually push forward to get rid of all abortion. That is the problem. We're not galvanized enough against it. And we keep telling these fucking politicians that what they ought to do is allow it because it seems to be the thing that's winning elections.
And this is the thing. This is what the problem of not filling out the what's it called? The things, the people. You sometimes you get a thing in the mail that they want you to fill out that gives you your political affiliations and your like positions on certain topics. This is something that people actually need to do so that they can show that they are so heavily against things like abortion, but people just ignore it. They pass it away. Like they just get rid of it. That's a true like a failure of an individual's duty to the state, because how could a state even know that you would vote on that position if you're not willing to answer the phone call, answer the questions, or even fill out the, I can't remember what it's called.
I mean, it's the same thing if you're unwilling to just vote. Like both of those things are
Well, right now you have
duty.
a choice of voting for abortion or abortion light, or not even abortion light and diet abortion. I think that's the
right now
choices that you're given.
no, that's not even the choice you have. Specifically in federal elections, they're not even voting about that. That case was completely closed. It's going to the state. If you're gonna vote in your state, if that is one of the things you want to do, that's directly related to the state. We want at some point to bring back it to the federal because we want a complete abolition of it in the whole nation, but it's not on the table at the moment. And the reason why is because there needs to be enough states abolishing it for it to become a national issue. So when it comes to abortion is not a federal issue. It's a state issue at the moment. Now we can move forward and tell you where it becomes a federal issue. If you allow Democrats to get in power, then it becomes a federal issue because the way that they're proposing how to govern is by a packing of the Supreme Court. This is not me saying it. This was directly done by the Democrat convention, and they're saying that they're going to add 2 states, and they want to do it because they see Trump winning the second time as a political attack on them, and they want to be able to hold as much power as possible. So, if you want to talk about whether or not this is a federal issue, abortion a federal issue, abortion is only a federal issue when it comes to Democrats. When it comes to the Republicans said this is not a federal issue. It goes to the states.
My thing is that it's a federal issue. Even my issue is that people in my state will vote for abortion so that they can win federal elections. That is the point that I'm making. And the whole idea that if we don't allow abortion diet to exist, then the whole nation state will completely collapse, and there's nothing that can be done about it because we didn't, allow diet abortion to exist, or we didn't want to vote for diet abortion. It seems to me that that's already a state in which does not deserve to be protected.
Okay, that's fine. If you think if you think that the United States does not does not deserve to exist, fine. But then the position should be that you are literally an anti-Americanist and you don't want to see an American state.
I'm pro babies. I'm pro life. I am pro the foundation of the world. I am pro Christ.
Yeah, well, you
I am
want
not
war
pro
right
American.
now.
America is meaningless in the grand scheme of what the church is. It is something that will fade and disappear. So it's ultimately meaningless.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you want
care.
war right now because you want war, right? Because at the end of the day, you don't care about America. If it goes into civil war, it will be fine.
No, I don't want there to be death. I'm pro-life, but the thing is that if their position is you must sacrifice children, you must do it. You have to give your consent to sacrifice children. Then
well,
my
right now you're
position
giving your
is I am
consent.
not a part of it. I'm not a part of it.
It's not a federal issue. You are giving your consent for it to become a federal issue again if you're not even voting for the federal elections, because one side wants it to be a federal issue, and the way that they want
So
it
you're
to be a federal issue is by allowing
saying
it.
that I'm saying what you're telling me is this. What the options you're giving me is this. You're telling me that I'm giving my consent to be oppressed, or I'm giving my consent to sacrifice children. And then you're saying that this is a crazy choice, and I can't believe that you wouldn't choose to sacrifice children. That's the way that I
No,
hear
it has
that.
not to do with that. What is the federal government involved in abortion right now when it comes to that?
Apparently they are if the Democrats win.
Exactly, but if the Republicans win, will it be a federal issue?
If the Republicans win, will it be a federal issue? No, not necessarily.
So you're telling me that when you're saying, "Hey, conservatives allowed these Democrats to win," because at the end of the day, it's not voting because it's immoral in your eyes to vote. So we should not do it. We're allowing the people who hold the gun, which would be the Democrats, to make it a federal
This
issue.
is what I'm
And the way they
saying.
wanted to make it a federal issue is to allow it up to
This is
9
what I'm
months,
saying.
preserve it, and make it something
Local-
great because it's supposed to be something you shut out as a woman.
Local elections. I focus on local elections. I vote for the pro-abolitionist. I do not give my vote to people who are pro-baby sacrifice. I'm not pro that.
Yeah,
I will never give my vote to that. Somebody who is willing to lie to gain political power, to do that so they could win a federal election, I have no interest in voting for them at all.
But you're giving it to the federal election right now because you're saying that by not voting federal for the people who doesn't even
If
want
they
it
are
to be a federal issue,
pro-abolition,
you're
I'm
going to be
totally fine.
allowing
If they had been consistent with that throughout their entire political career, or if they're just somebody that's new, that's not really had any position on something one way or another, they're not really having a big, they haven't had to enact that moral or have to give that moral opinion, then maybe I could be accepting of voting for that person in a federal election. But if there's somebody that has built their whole career off of winning small-time elections to climb up the political ladder, then yeah, I have a moral issue with voting for somebody who is passive and allowing baby sacrifice.
It's very simple. It's Kamala Harris just saying we'll shut the abortions. It's going to be allowed. We're going to make it a law. We're going to put it in the Constitution. It's going to be one of these things that I want it to be allowed till 9 months. And the other side is just a milquetoast guy, and it's like, well, it's not a federal issue. Who do you vote for? Or do you don't vote?
It would depend on their history.
That is their history. Their history is one is a guy that he has other kind of the idea he has right now is he wants to focus on immigration. He wants to focus on the economy. He wants to do other. He just doesn't give a fuck right now when it comes to the federal things about abortion. And the other option
But
is Kamala Harris. All she wants is that.
Yeah, but does she give a moral statement within that whole? During that whole election, Kamala and them, she's the only position that she has is she wants to federally pass abortion. What is his position on that? Because he'd have to have a position.
What for? No, he doesn't have to have a position. This is not a federal issue, in according to his eyes.
But she wants to make it a federal issue, so why wouldn't he also have a reputation of why it either shouldn't be or
this was directly done by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court decided it's a state issue. States are the ones who are going to take care of that. I am taking care of things that I care about, which is immigration, which is the spending, which is other stuff that I will try to correct. That is his statement.
Okay, well then I would be okay with voting for him, unless he is trying to also support like abortion anyway. Like if he's being
No,
positively like
he's not.
enforcing abortion in any way, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't vote for him.
No, he just doesn't have anything to say about abortion. Like I told
Okay,
you,
that's
he
fine.
sees
And as long as he
what he's
didn't build
saying
his
is
career on,
this is not it.
as long as he hadn't built his career on lying about it and allowing passively for abortion to exist during his climb up to that political seat, then I'd have no issues with voting with somebody who's just kind of
Well, he has always thought
wanted to go through the
let's say that
federal
he's
government.
always
But if he's in
say
Congress
he's
or
always
Senate, I
said
will. He needs to have a hard position on abortion. He has to.
he because right now let's remember that it's been 2 years since Robbie Wade was revoked. So in the past, what he would say is it's a bad bill. It needs to be revoked. But there's nothing like it needs to be. There's no way they could pass anything in Congress at the moment. It's way too divided. Pass any kind of big law. They can even they can even pass the Save America Act when it comes to a voter ID. Okay, so his only political ideation is we're gonna when it comes to him next election cycle. This is not my position. I don't have a position of it because it's not a federal problem. This is going to be handled directly by the states. That's the only position he has. And this is the problem that I have. A problem that I have is that I see at their election of duty when it comes to voting the federal election, and then pretend that it's being done to some kind of moral virtue because we don't want babies to be killed. And I agree. I don't want any baby to be deleted at all. But I'm not going to I'm not going to allow the other side in the political arena, which is the arena I can I cannot make you go to church. That's not what I can do, but I can affect the way that the moral of the nation is done directly by affecting the laws of the land, which is the layman which is what the layman can do and the layman ought to do. So I'm not that is like my problem with what you're saying in a way.
And my problem with the whole thing is like it's pretty much like this. It's like the trolley problem. Like which one do you pick? Which side do you pick? Do you just let the fucking thing hit somebody, just one or three people, or do you hit the switch and you switch it over to just one person? One requires consent. One is just not choosing to engage with it and having no moral stain on you. It's not my responsibility to flip the switch. Just because it might save like a handful here and there doesn't mean that I'm making a moral choice. Like it's like this. There, even within the case of like, say somebody has my family, they've got it all tied up, and they put them in a back room, and they say you have to snort this line of cocaine, or you have to fucking sprinkle the ashes on this idol and worship this god and deny your god. Otherwise, I'm going to torture
I
your
would take the
family.
cocaine if those are the options, right? If I either worship, I will take God or take cocaine. I will take
Yeah,
cocaine.
but this is the thing. It's
Like
like
if I
even
have to, it's
well,
like
this is what I'm
that
saying.
is that is a
Well, that was a
position.
joke position. The thing I'm meaning is the actual sacrifice, like giving to an idol, which is what I think abortion is. It's an idol sacrifice. You're sacrificing to yourself when you're committing to this, and you're also giving
Yeah,
people
I know. It's
consent
demonic.
based. Yes, and you're giving people consent to do that, and you're passively allowing it to happen. So it's
No,
like
it's the other way around.
you're sprinkling ashes on the idol for them. You're giving them the ability to continue to placate whatever god that they worship, which is themselves. You're worshiping them in a sense.
No, they're worshiping themselves. You're doing what you can when it comes to the politics. you ought to do what you can when it comes to the politics, because that's your duty
Up
as a
until it,
citizen.
up
Do what
until
you
it,
can.
up until it destroys your moral character, your connection to God, and the commandments that you were given by Him on the things that you should and
Why
should
would it
not do.
destroy that?
To vote
Why
for
would it destroy
child,
that?
to allow people to have things like abortion and allow passively for that to happen.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm saying. Right now, it's not a federal issue. The only one side wants to make it a federal
Yeah, but
issue.
I'm not
I
talking about the
don't
federal
want.
issue. You brought it to the federal issue.
I will vote 10 billion times for the guys that just don't want it to make it a federal issue, and then fight my battle in my state, which is what I all do anyway. Okay, but I will still do it in the federal, because the federal I have two options. One wants to enshrine it in the Constitution and make it a federal issue, and the other doesn't. And
One
then
wants to
the
enshrine in the
position you're giving
Constitution
me,
to an extreme sense where everybody has access to it 24/7 all the time. Other people want to enshrine it
yes,
with the ability to just have it within what is the most commonly used window anyways. So they're not actually taking a real position.
which one? Which one is doing? Which one has that as the position that they wanna do?
The progressive Republicans that win that try to win through purple states. That
Yeah,
run in federal elections
which
that I'm
one
supposed to vote for as a president when they are immoral, and I don't think that they even have the capability of solving the core issues of the nation. They can't have it one at least.
Yeah,
It's rock solid
okay.
political moral position, which is the only
For
one.
example, Trump in this last election cycle, okay? In which part of the idea of Trump when it comes to the governance of the nation had to do with allowing in every state that?
He didn't. Trump was somebody that came outside and ran for president. He doesn't have a history of running for state positions and winning and having effects on the states in that way. He hasn't made a moral declaration. So you could maybe excuse Trump on that position.
Okay, JD Vance. Let's talk about JD Vance.
I don't know JD Vance's position.
Then I don't understand your position then, because if this is the case, it's like I'm not gonna vote for
JD Vance
I'm not
isn't
gonna vote
running for
for
president. If he was running for president, I would figure out what his position
right
was on the
now,
topic.
but he might in 2028.
I don't care if he might. I care about who's actually running in the primary. Once the primary comes out, I'll look into what positions they have on abortion.
Okay, let's talk about the general position. The general position of Republicans is this is not a federal issue. The general position of Democrats is this is a federal issue.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you vote for the Republican?
It would just depend on the moral way that they reach to that position. Because if they're
Hey
just
guys,
going
I don't want to
have-
interrupt. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. Interesting discussion, but I just want to let you know the stream is still like on a blank video, and people are like coming in and out. It might be cool to see who's talking. Like if you want to do like the avatars in Discord or something.
I need to do some stuff. So I'll let you continue watching the video. We have had this discussion several times. And
I was enjoying it. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
But I will say this, like I'm not against voting as a concept. I have this one moral position I will not shake and compromise on whatsoever. That's just it. And if people are willing to shake and compromise on that position, I think it's a fundamental trait of their character that means that they can't be trusted. That's it. That's my whole
I agree
position.
with you. I want to agree with you on this specific area. I mostly agree with you. It's just that I see one side that specifically making abortion a federal issue, wanted to enshrine it in the Constitution, and the prescription you're saying is, well, let them. And it's like, what are we talking about? We just had we had two major victories, by the way. The Supreme Court just banned the distribution of the appeal, and the other one was the ban of the revocation of Roe v. Wade when it comes to abortion. Right now, it's not a federal issue. It has to do with the states, and I know it sucks because now you have to fight your way through the state line again. But that's what we all do. That there's nothing else.
If
It's
my
like, no, we're not gonna
position is-
vote in the. Your position was I'm not gonna vote in the federal elections.
Yeah, if
And
they
I don't
built their
understand
whole
that.
moral, if they went through the states, they were fighting for it in the states. They didn't fucking take a position on it besides a neutral. Like I'm 612. I'm okay with that because they think that's a middle ground in a political sense, and they climb up the ladder. And then they get into this position where they're in charge as the president, or they're in the federal Senate, where the Senate and Congress could make that declaration to make it completely banned throughout the entire United States. And I would think that was great.
Yeah,
I
we
wouldn't think
want
that it's
that.
bad. We could do that through the federal government, but we would
If we
have to
stop
make
voting
the
for the
position.
people,
We'd have to make it a
if we,
position
if
that
we,
they stay consistent on in the small levels, the states, the individual states. We have to get it to the point where the individual state
yeah,
people actually do what they say they're going to do, and not say that, yes, I'm an
correct. But
abolitionist. This is an abolitionist state. 70% of our state thinks that abortion should be completely fucking gone. Everybody's voting for me to get rid of this, but instead, because we have 2 blue areas, and we want to win state senate at some point, maybe one day, we're going to go ahead and concede for an 8-week to 12-week bill. That's what happened in my state. That is a complete destruction of the moral character. That's the complete and total abandonment of the people and the will of what we actually want in our state. They lied, they deceived. That's what they do. They don't fucking care about anybody. They only care about winning federal elections. That's it. That's all they care about. And to get rid of them,
yeah, but if we
and
keep,
to be able to get
if
rid
we
of them,
just,
we have to be able to not vote for some of these people if they win those primaries. You have to the
no,
whole state has to come
if the
together to get
people,
rid of them, but they don't, because
yeah,
they're passive, because
you
they
do
think
that.
that
No, you
abortion in
do
8
that
to
in the,
12
you do
weeks
that
isn't
in the
that big of a deal,
primaries.
because it's better than having
No,
9 months. It's better
no.
than the crazy
Okay,
Virginia
you
position.
do that in the you do that in the primaries. You do that in the primaries, okay? You do that in the primaries when it comes to allowing just the other side, which is perfect. 6 weeks too low, 9 months, and maybe after, and that's what we want. And also we want to pack the Supreme Court, and also we want to increase taxes, and also we want to allow
My
all of these
position is
fucking
that it doesn't
entitlements, and
matter if
also
it's
we want
4
all this
weeks,
bullshit to go on.
if
And
it's
it's like,
4
no,
weeks or
I'm
9
not gonna go
months.
ahead and allow
4
it.
weeks, 9 months, 2 years old, doesn't matter. Same shit. Same thing. It's the same
Perfect.
thing.
Then okay, perfect. But then when it's actually going on in this, like it becomes an act. When it actually becomes a federal issue, and it's actually allowed because we didn't vote to stop it, because what about memorials when it comes to that? Now it's a federal issue. Now it's allowed to 5 years if they want to. You're gonna be like, well, at least we didn't vote for the fucker that was a little bit milquetoast,
No,
right?
this is the thing.
Who the
Is I
fuck
would
cares
say,
about
I would
all the
say that this
fucking
is a
kids at that
perfect
point?
reflection. It'd be a perfect reflection of the moral character of the nation, and I would say that we deserve
Yeah.
for it to be burned away. And
Okay,
I, then
if that's the
I would
case, then
step
you
up and I
want
would
war.
fight
You want
to
the
the death
destruction of the nation,
to stop
and
it.
it's war. Do you understand that that leads to war, right?
Let people get convinced in these horrible demonic positions. Yes, I think that's just the nature of the world. That's the nature of one state.
Yeah, that will lead us to war, correct?
Yeah, there's going to be wars. There's always going to be wars.
No, that you're talking about war in where you are here.
There
Like,
will
will it
be
lead
war
to
here.
would lead us to
war now,
here?
war tomorrow. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
I
so
will
it
not
doesn't matter.
refuse. It doesn't
Yeah. So
refuse.
at
It
that
doesn't
point, it
matter
doesn't
in the
matter.
sense. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
in the sense.
Perfect.
It doesn't matter
Perfect.
in
So
the
all
sense.
all the people that
It
will
doesn't
die
matter
out of
in
it
this
doesn't
sense.
fucking
It
matter,
doesn't
because
matter in
I
this
go
sense. It
on
is a
and
moral.
use virtue fucking
It is a
signal
moral
my stance
judgment
when
on
it
the
came to that.
character of the nation itself.
Yeah, it's
War is used as a
it wasn't
judgment.
it was the exactly. We're gonna be judged because we didn't have the balls to go on ahead and use our duty, okay, to make the
Or
decisions
will
that we
slowly
ought
be
to,
judged over
so
the
we can
course of
move
about
towards.
60 or 70 years, and slowly lose more and more positions based on the fact that we weren't taking a hard enough stance on abortion
Because we
itself,
didn't.
and now we
No,
allow these
because we
people to
didn't take
slowly
any
invade our
stance.
nation because we
It's
can't even
because we
we
didn't.
don't even
It's
have to know ourselves anymore. We can't even know our nation anymore
because
pretty
we
soon
are
because
not
we
taking
import
any
people. We
stand.
have destroyed the lifeblood of the nation by allowing these people to commit abortion to the extent that they have at this point, to the point where
It's
it's
because
an
we're not
economic
taking any
ruin is
stance right
happening.
now.
Economic ruin is going to happen within the next 50 or 60 years unless we import a shitload of people from other nations.
No, we don't have to import people. We don't have
Yes,
to.
we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. What
We
are we
didn't
going to
have
do?
to.
We're just going to allow the economy to collapse completely and totally? We're going to allow
We're gonna
just a
abolish
shit
abortion.
fuck.
That's the thing that we all do.
We're going to
But
allow
first of
hundreds
all,
of
that's the
thousands
thing
of
we have
people
to
in our
do.
nation to just get really
No,
old
we
and
don't.
just not have anyone to take
Well,
care of them.
if you keep if I mean that's what you want because that's what your prescription is. Let's stop
No.
voting. Let's allow the other side to get as much power as they want. Let's allow them
It's
to
already
do whatever.
happened.
It doesn't even
We
matter.
already lost.
There you go. You already
So now
lost.
we have to win. Now we have to take the hard
No.
stance. Now we have to round up
Nope.
the people.
You already lost.
We have to, we already lost that
You already
position.
lost.
Now we're
Well,
trying to
there you
fight
go.
to
You
take it
already
back.
lost.
Yeah,
No,
we
there's
lost that
nothing you can
position.
do when you lose. Okay, when you lose,
So you can't,
when
you can't,
actually
you
lost,
can't
there's
try
nothing
to
you can
win
do.
again after that. We've lost that position. Now we have to take a stand against it to try to
What
overtake it
position
again.
did
We've
we
lost
lose?
it right now.
We have not take. We've not lost that position. The only people who have lost the position are the people who are giving up. And this is what I hear from you. You're just giving up.
No, I haven't given up.
Yeah. You just gave up.
I'm
You're
rallying.
telling me we ought not vote in the general election. We just have to give these leftists all of
Nope.
the power.
Never
because
said you shouldn't
we
vote in a
already
general
lost.
election.
We
You
already
vote for the
lost.
person who's the person that's pro-abolition.
You-
Vote for him. Put all that pressure. You unite, rally the people to those one people that vote that is 100% abolitionist. And who gives a fuck about whatever other position that they have? Vote just abolition. Only abolition. Make that the one
these
issue.
always-
Make that the most important
Yeah.
thing because it is.
It can't be because it's not even a federal issue. It is the most important issue.
because
I
it's
agree when it
an
comes to the
important
states.
issue on
It's
the
not
states.
a federal issue.
Okay, so what? I'm talking about the individual states. That's where the problem starts. That's where it's proliferated.
No, I'm talking about the federal election, which you said we shouldn't vote in. And I'm
If
telling
they
you,
haven't,
the
if
federal
they've
election,
taken a position
there's
on
two
abortion that's
positions.
passive, then no. Why would I vote for this person? This is a moral issue.
Because
It's
one
not- it's
side
not
is
about-
saying this is not a federal issue, and the other side is it is a federal issue. We're gonna make it a federal issue. We're gonna allow it to 9 months. and
Right. So
maybe
then they're
more,
pushing.
and
They're
we're also
pushing
going
for it to
do
make
all
it
of
a
this
federal issue.
bullshit.
Now that's become a federal issue, and the correct response from the right would be to fight it and to get rid of it. You want to make it a federal issue?
Yes.
Agree
You know
with
what
them.
they're saying?
Let's make it a federal
What is-
issue,
what
and then
is-
let's get rid of it
what is-
completely federally.
Okay. Well, that's not exactly what's gonna happen because you know what is gonna happen if they win. If Kamala 2.0 wins? What is gonna happen when it comes to abortion?
It'll get worse.
So, and you're saying that we should allow it, right?
I'm saying that it gets worse at such a small degree in comparison to the grand scale of time and what the Republicans will do to passively allow it. So it's worse at the moment, but over the
Okay,
course
they
of time,
allow-
the
they-
Republicans are worse.
Fine. They enshrined it in the Constitution. Now you know. Now you need 2/3 of Congress to get rid of it. What the fuck do you do now?
Well, then I guess it's just fucked. Like at that point, it's done.
Oh, and before that, you could just have voted for the Republican, even if it was smelly, right?
But then you could also have the same case where they just allow it federally to be 8 to 12 weeks because you vote for the Republican. So this is not just a case of like the Democrats evil, all Democrats evil,
Yeah,
and they
now-
must not allow it to happen. It's the position itself which is infiltrated,
we
not just the
don't-
Democrats, but the Republican itself, the Republican.
Yeah, but
Republican
now
Party
we don't have a way
itself.
forward. It's gonna take us 3 times.
Yeah,
the
that
time
would be a
to get to the
reflection
point
and
at
a
which we can
judgment on
get
the
it.
moral character of the nation.
Because you didn't vote.
No, because the
Yes.
people itself are morally corrupt,
Who is the
stiff-necked, and
who is the
retarded.
people? Who is the people? Okay, who is the people that are responsible when it comes to politics in accordance to the church?
Individuals, the laymen's.
The laymen. If the laymen are not doing their duty, who are responsible for what happens in the judgment?
It would be who is responsible now.
The layman, because they didn't
Hmm.
do what they ought to in accordance to what they have to, because the church is not a political institution, right?
Yeah.
So it would be a
So, but that
judgment
was
on the
that's
layman.
also implying that not doing something is inherently the same as voting for something.
Yes, in this case, not doing something is a dereliction of duty because you're a citizen. You have a moral duty to be a citizen.
I
and
have a
act
greater
like
duty
one.
to God not to allow child sacrifice.
It's part of your duty to God to actually go ahead and do what is as good as
Mhm.
possible for
So
your
it needs to,
nation.
as long as it aligns with God's commandments, I can vote for somebody who represents that.
Even if it
But if
doesn't,
they
you
do
still
not,
have
if
a
they
duty
don't,
as a
no,
citizen.
That's totally wrong, Emmett.
Yes.
That's completely wrong.
No, it isn't.
So
No, it
God
isn't.
tells you
You do
to
what's-
you
you
can
do
sit on
what's
the
the good-
fence. You can sit on the fence with your ass up on the fence and your face at the
Where
ditch,
does it-
and he's perfectly
where
going to be.
does it-
He's totally cool with that.
Yeah, well, does it say? Where does God say exactly that you just should be sitting in the fucking fence instead of doing as good, the best that you can, even in a shitty position?
No, he's telling you not to sit on a fence. The fence is is Satan's himself. That's Satan's fence. You sitting on the fence
Yeah, exactly.
would be
So
you not be
sitting
do-
on a
it would be
fence
yeah.
is-
So then there are hard positions that you have to take morally. That means that I cannot
Mm-hmm.
engage with this. The fence sitting is not the act of not voting. The act of
It
voting
is the
when
act
there's
of not voting.
two bad decisions is the fence sitting position, which is 6 to 12 weeks and whatever, dude. That's just whatever. We could just deal with that. That's at least a little bit better than 9 months. Instead of
When voting,
that's the fence
no.
sitting position is the 12 to 8 weeks. That is the fence sitting position.
When voting, if you have two options, when voting, okay, and you sit on the fence and not vote, that is the fence sitting position. You're fence sitting at that
no
point.
fence
Because that's
fence
not the
sitting is
only that's not
trying
the only
to
thing you're
reduce
voting
it
for.
without getting rid of it. That's fence sitting. Trying to reduce something and not get rid
Yes,
of it. That is
a
fence
bad,
sitting. Yes.
that is a bad position when it comes to the politicians, but when it comes to your duty as a citizen,
And my
your
duty
as a
is to
citizen
not
to decide.
fence sit. Is not to accept the
It's not to-
immoral
exactly,
baby
it's not to
sacrifices.
fence it.
Yes.
No, it's not to fence
So
it,
not
okay?
voting
Your moral
is a
duty as
third type of
citizen is to
voting.
vote.
There is the voting for the positive, the negative, and not engaging in it.
No, that's not a position. That is a
Yes.
fence sitting position when it comes to the
No,
people.
the fence sitting
The
position is
people
the
that
12 to
don't
8
vote
weeks.
that are just fence sitting is exactly what they're doing. They're
No,
just
the 12
fencing.
the fence sitting is just sitting there and saying, well, we can't get everything we want, so we have to passively allow at least some abortion to happen.
In your case, it would be, oh, I'm not gonna, I don't get everything I want, so I have to allow every abortion to happen.
No, my point is that if the culture is degraded to the point where there is just nothing but a bunch of immoral decisions where I have to passively allow child
Those are
sacrifice
the
and give my
options that you have.
give my consent to it, then that's not a society in which I think I
Yeah.
would ever engage in. That is outside of the
it's
purview
your-
of what I
you-
think the church prescribes to me, and I don't have to engage in that culture, that part of the culture. I don't
You
have to go
don't
to the strip
decide the
club and give
culture
the stripper
you're born
$10
in.
because it's part of the culture. It's my cultural duty to pay for the prostitute to have $10 up her thumb. It's not. I don't have
It
to
has
do
nothing to
that.
do with this. You don't have a duty. You don't have a duty to engage with prostitutes. You have a duty, okay? You have a duty as a citizen to be a citizen.
Hmm. And if that culture
don't
had the
have a
idea
duty
that you
to
have
be-
to go,
you
you
don't have a
have
duty
you
to
have a
engage
duty
with the
to
prostitute.
you have, and if within that culture, the way that you voted was you put paint a little slip up a stripper's ass crack, and that's the way that you voted. Would it be a dereliction of duty for me to put that fucking slip of her ass crack?
Yeah, it would be because that would be the way
Okay,
that
then
you
we're
vote,
just gonna
right?
start.
And
We're
you're
just gonna
using
start
political
slapping.
power.
We're just gonna start slapping strippers' asses now.
If you have to do that specifically, if that is the only way that you can use power, which means violence, okay? If that is the only way that you can use violence when it comes to law, then I guess I will have to slap an ass. Now, I hope that is not the way because I know how to vote and doesn't have to do anything with ass.
Yeah, I'm saying that with that position, you can justify anything. You could justify.
No, you
anything.
can't justify anything. You
Yes,
have
you
to
can.
justify what you can. Okay, and it's you as a person.
The
you
doing what
as
you
a-
can
as a-
thing is
you
the
as a
fence sitting
person, you
position.
as a person that is in the church. You as a person that is in the church. Your duty is also to affect the people around you, so that you are more moral
So
in the way that you're going to.
let me just understand this real quick. Is the position of the church that you must vote?
Yeah, you have. If you're a citizen,
No.
you have to be a citizen. It is the position of the
It's not the
church that if
position
you're a
that you have the
citizen, you have
church.
to be a
This is something that I keep trying to explain to you. That's not
I-
what the
if you
position
let me
of the
let me
church.
put it this way: if you're a, if
Every
if the
priest that
church
I've ever
says-
seen, every priest I've ever talked about, this is a personal moral
Mm-hmm.
discernment issue, and you do not have to vote if it contradicts what the church teaches.
if it was the case that there was an emperor and the emperor was Orthodox, okay, it would be the duty of the emperor to act as the emperor.
Mhm.
So he has to be. He doesn't get to be like, well, I don't want to be an emperor anymore.
So that when another
I'm-
nation
I'm
comes to him
Orthodox
and
now.
says, when the other nation
I'm or-
comes to,
You know,
when two other
he's
nations
gonna.
come to him and say that we're going to declare war on you if you don't allow
Mhm.
us to sacrifice children in your altars and in your streets, that's the only thing that we want. Then we won't come and attack you. But you just have to let us come sacrifice. We don't even have to sacrifice your children. We're just going to sacrifice our own children in altars in your streets. He should allow them to do it.
No, what you do is you fight them. You go to war.
Yes.
And you kill people. And it will
Right.
be justified by the church. And he has to do it, even though it's a horrible option to take. Because he has to
No,
be
it's
the
not a
emperor.
horrible option to take. It's a good decision to make. It's a great to destroy child murderers. It's great to stomp that empire into the dirt. That's a good thing.
Let's say that empire, okay, that empire will take kids and will use them as shields, and you have to go with your army and kill them both. Wouldn't that be horrible?
Yeah, there would also be an end
that
in
is
sight. It would be bad, but guess what? That would be on them to do. That would be on them.
It will be on them, but it will also be on the fact that now we are at war and we have to kill a bunch of people.
We'd have to kill
And
a
it would
bunch
be
of
a
people.
horrible
They're
decision
using
because he
children,
has to
women,
take
and
it,
children
and
as
we-
shields, like Muslims have done for
Yeah.
thousands of years. Who cares? Cut through
Well,
them,
you know,
end
do
it,
you know
stomp them
what he
out.
can
If they had
do?
done that before and not actually gotten really upset and sad about it, if we would just take care of that problem now, we wouldn't have that issue anymore within the Middle East. But we're too scared and too passive to do so.
Do you know why? Do you know what is the one thing he can't do? He can't go on going to a church and be like, I am Orthodox and I will not engage with this because it's too fucking evil. That will not be a thing that
Because
any
that's not
person
evil.
in the church
War
will be
is not
telling
evil.
him that he can do it.
War
The
is not
people in the
always evil.
church, the priest will be telling him, you can't do this. You have to you ought act as you ought act as the person that you are. That's what they will be telling him, and they will be telling you the same thing when it comes to, yes, there are things. It's complicated. You do have a moral duty, and it has to do with your discernment. But at the end of the day, you're a citizen. You ought to act like one.
Yeah. Okay, but this is the thing. You don't have to enact that. And then you're also talking about somebody that's at the peak of the power structure, the one who has the ultimate authority. So just because there is a war does not mean he's engaging within something immoral. But if he's allowing people to come to his state, his nation, and sacrifice children on his altar, that would be a moral reflection. That would be him fencing.
Okay, fine. Let's say that he goes on and there's like different options, right? There's because they had a senate anyway, and the senate is allowing this kind of stuff, and he is like, well, you know what? There's a bunch of people that I could do something. I could do something about the senate, but it will be, but it would be immoral in the way that I do it. So I'm not gonna do it, but I'm just gonna allow child sacrifice. And I'm gonna go ahead and pretend that it's because of my virtue as an Orthodox
Yeah, start
Christian.
imprisoning some senators over the fact that they like sacrificing children's base. So I agree with that. Let's vote that in.
No, he's the listen. This is the emperor. Okay, they did have a senate in the Byzantine Empire. The senators will go ahead and people allow specific some senators, and they're saying we're gonna allow child sacrifice. We're just gonna allow it now. Okay, the the emperor could do something that is against the law, okay, or something that could be seen against the law to remove these fucking senators. But instead, he goes on and he says, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything. We're gonna allow this all to happen because I would be seen. It would be seen as me doing something immoral. Thus, I'm just gonna go on and excuse myself from this whole situation by saying I'm Orthodox and I'm not gonna involve myself. And I can tell you that's not gonna be that will not be a position that will be allowed.
Okay.
And that's the
I mean, this
position
is
I
the
see
thing.
right now. The
The
position that I
position
see right now is I'm not gonna vote in the general election because I don't like this politician, even though this politician that will win if I don't actually do it, let's say that the Democrats, they will win and they will allow all of the child sacrifice. And I mean me, I'm a dove. I was just doing it because it's in accordance to my Christian values.
The point of that I'm making is that the idea that allowing 8 to 12 week abortions to happen is somehow the active and aggressive move when it's not. What it's allowing is basically saying, yes, continue to sacrifice on the streets of my nation as much as you please, because we gotta, as long as you're not doing it depending on this age group, as long as you're not doing it to this age group, then it's fine. I think it's kind of
I don't disagree with you. I
it's
want it
kind of a
completely
ridiculous
removed.
kind of way to see the position at all. I think that it would ultimately be that there's either a moral structure that protects children or that there just isn't. It's one or the
right
other.
now there is a structure that we're trying to put in place that protects children, and we want to expand it. And what you're saying is this is not enough. Okay, so instead of
It's not
going
enough.
on with the people, I know it's not enough, but you're saying this is not enough. So instead of getting these people that want to expand it to the point that it's completely removed, we are going to vote the other fuckers who wants to get rid of all of it and wants to allow it whenever they
And
want,
what
even
I'm
after
saying is
they're
this:
born.
you're allowing it to happen at the 8 to 12-week range. That's where the majority of them always occur. Once you limit it, if you even limit it throughout the entire nation to just down to that, the abortion numbers wouldn't really change all that much. And what it is it's not the real position. The real position is not, I want to abort at 9 months. The real position is we want 12 to 8 weeks. That's the real position. And they allow people to be gaslit into thinking that this is not exactly what they want. And when that comes up, but the point of what I'm saying is that the fence-sitting position is just allowing it sometimes. That's the fence-sitting position. Allowing it because we need to win an election. Allowing it to continue to proliferate and become a bigger, more deeply entrenched issue over the course of times. In which elections you do this? You do this your primary at your local elections. And then as it climbs up, it's a moral position
No, when
that people take.
abortion
Yes.
is what kind of election right now? Where do you fight this? In which election?
At local elections. Through
Okay,
primaries
in the
and through
states, right?
primaries,
The state election.
through state
Okay,
primaries,
so
and then when that becomes a moral issue that has to become federal, if there's somebody like Kamala Harris who wants to come up and make it federal that all these people need to be able to have abortion up to 9 months, there needs to be a president on the other side that says, no, go fuck yourself. We're going to get rid of all of it. That needs to be what happens.
That is not the position when it comes to that, right? Because what is exactly what they're saying? What are Republicans saying?
Republicans are saying it's a state issue for the most part.
It's a
Others
state
are,
issue.
yes. So what? So what
where
does that
do you
have to
fight
do?
it if you're-
So what does that have? Yes, that's where you fight it. But why? Because a Republican says so? Because it's a party that because a Republican says so, that we have to fight it at the local level, that automatically that means that we just concede to it being federally banned.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm saying
fine,
if the other position is going to be, we need to get rid. The other position is that we need to federally make this completely legal everywhere. Fine, fuck it. Let's have this conversation. Let's get rid of it federally too.
Okay, so but do you realize what happened the last time we had this conversation?
What?
What happened? Who won the House when we got rid of Roe v. Wade?
Hell, I don't remember. I'm tired now. I've been arguing.
Okay, I gotta go because I do have some work to do. It's a great conversation, Elder. Thank you for the
Of course,
conversation.
always good conversation with you. You're my buddy, and I love you. Get out of here.
Yeah, I love you too.
Oh my God, he said it back, guys. He said it back. Oh man, what was I even doing? Let's do something fun now. Yeah, I was just trying to talk about this, but we ended up having a good conversation about stuff. I don't even think I have the video up anymore. Let's do something fun. He was mocking Abe. I wasn't mocking Abe. Jesus Christ.
Well,
I was just trying to point out what I was meaning by all this. They try to show how, like, when I take, like, a real position, I think it affects people differently. I don't even know what's happening in the chat. Let's see. Let's catch up on the chat real quick. The vote for none. This isn't Australia where we aren't forced to vote. The founding fathers actually designed it this way on purpose so that we can stop voting if we dislike both options. There's a do not vote. Not voting is not a vote against both of them. Actually, kind of is. How was it? How was it going till this fight? It was all right. I was dunking on you a little bit. I was not dunking on. I was dumping on Tim Pool. I was joking. Not voting is literally not a vote by definition. It is a third type of voting. It's like a third type of action. It might not literally be a vote, but it is a third action within that. They view not voting as voting. Maybe that's where I got it. I'm pretty sure that's how I've like always thought of it. Maybe I just remember a bunch of like founding father documentaries I watch. Yeah, sweaters are being kind of based right now. You know, I'm not saying that because he kind of agreeing with me. Sounds like reducing it doesn't matter then at all. Then, yeah, reduction doesn't really matter within the moral position either. So within stuff like some of that stuff, it's either good or not, because it's still like all babies are equally as valuable. All human life in the infancy of the child is all equally innocent. So no, there is no like lessening of it. It's always going to be bad. It's okay, you can mock me. Well, I try not to mock you. You do get on my nerves sometimes, though. All or nothing usually means nothing. Well, yeah. Sometimes you get nothing. That's a judgment on the... It's not necessarily a judgment on me. Anyways, let's go. I'm going to do something fun now. Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting to come home from work and start getting sweaty over an argument. I was just going to sit here and spurg a little bit. If there is some way to tally the non-votes for... There is. Like, there's populace. There's, what's it called? Like, people understand, like, they track populations and percentages in which vote. So we do have those numbers. And even then, just knowing how many actually don't vote and for what reason is actually something that I think should be figured out. You should actually fill out the little or what are they called? What is it called? There's like these little form things that the government sends that ask you questions about political positions. They also like give you phone calls and stuff. It's not a census. I think census is the word I was looking for before when it comes to population, but is it census? Google the word, the definite systematic count of population. It's not census. Why can't I remember this word? Okay, census is a procedure of systematically acquiring information about members of given population. Yeah, fill out the census. You should always be filling out the census. All right, what am I doing? I need to figure something else. I kind of want to. I said census, but I'm a girl, so you didn't listen. What did I? Oh, yeah, you did say that. My fault. I figured it out. Yeah, you did say so. You did say it. Probably said it while I had the page up, googling what word I was looking for. What am I ignoring? It's polling data. Yeah, that's one of them too. I will be honest, like it's hard for me to like I got fucking chlorine, industrial grade chlorine splashed in my eyes. It's hard for me to see the words on the screen right now. All of it's kind of blurring together. I have to lean in real close, like a grandma, to see anything. Oh my god, why did I do this? Why does this happen every fucking time? I always accidentally hit the big picture mode. I guess maybe, yeah, smoking space, man. Maybe I have accidentally become a blind pill maxer. I'm blinding myself slowly by splashing industrial grade chlorine in my eyes. Hell, I'm kind of. Let me see. Try to find something to watch, but I can't. I'm kind of a little spurgy. I'm spurred maxing right now. I guess we'll just play a game. There was a couple of things that I had that I wanted to play. Oh, but man, I wasn't expecting to like kind of go through that point because I was wanting to get to the re-examination part. That was the part I really wanted to get to because that was like a crazy interaction. What's even going on? What's Kira doing? Oh, feminism versus intersexual competition. I wanted to go through that part. I was just like, I'm kind of burnt out now. Kind of debated out. Now I just want to do something fun. So, what the fuck is this? Hold up. Here we go. Is this AI? How is this copyright protected? We'll skip through it. It'll be fine. Want to go through being more? You should not have worded it like that. That was not a way you should have worded that sentence re-exam. No, it was the Abe stream like a couple of weeks ago. I was going through what Abe was saying. Good lord, what else they got here? Giant bull. Chicago deep dish pizza. I don't trust you. I probably need to eat some food, to be fair. I think I'm just gonna sit here and look up food videos. If more evidence is that what they add to our food is not what we eat. I think I read that completely wrong, but I'm just gonna say that I did. What is this? Is that a lasagna? Oh, that's pizza. I don't give a shit. We're to watch the pizza video. Oh, what the fuck is this? An hour and a half long of making tomahawk steaks. What is this? Oh no. Wait, what? Oh, hold up. What was that? A billion moments in nature. I don't give a shit about that. I'm hungry. All right, we're gonna see some of the weirder Southern culture.
Look how pretty that big hole is. You know what make that hole look better? All my meat, dude.
Oh, Lord.
100 pounds of that.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, he opened up with that one, huh?
You know who named On Do It?
This is why we stay away
That
from
was Carrie
Louisiana.
Underwood, that song when she said, on do it. Look at that right here.
The fuck is-
1,000 man
Jesus
jambalaya
Christ.
is going down. We over here in Rockport for the Clayton Clasu, I can never say that last name right, Memorial Fishing Tournament. What a great cause. Thank them for having me out here, but we throwing down on the Mamma Jamma. Let's get it, dude. Check it out, dude. Look at my meat. It's quivering. Look at that meat quivering.
Oh,
like that.
my Lord, dude. You gotta settle the fuck down.
Why y'all looking at my meat all the time?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Make that kitty quiver right here. That
Okay, we're skipping a little bit.
guns out. I'm about to get my sweat on. Look at that right there.
This is where they just dump a bunch of sauces in. That's what they think makes Cajun food, just a shitload of spices and sauce. It's kind of
I
gay.
think I'm sweating. We ain't started sweating yet. Cream of mushroom, cream of celery, little chicken.
Oh, my Lord. Why am I watching this? I'm fucking hungry. Pretty sure I've met this guy. I was born in Louisiana. Everybody's met somebody like this. This is like most of the people from Louisiana. They crawl out of the fucking swamp and they just go into your backyard with a big fucking pot and start cooking jambalaya, talking about their meat.
Tell me if that's money, dude. Check it out, dude. Look at all the rice. See where the rice comes back to the top? 45 minutes, no peeking. Put your fire on super low. And my favorite time is coming up is when we fluff that. No couillons. Don't go too deep. We just sink it. Look at this, right? Oh my, we nailed it, dude. Like it's my first time. Like every time I do this,
That's
I get excited.
overcooked as shit.
Look at that.
That's some
Y'all sit
overcooked
there
ass
looking
rice
at
right
this.
there.
Where's all my hydrators at? Tell me you wouldn't put that on a cracker, dude. Look at that. Oh,
That's so
my
overcooked.
God.
That's so overcooked. It's
They
like
call
you
me
just
the
basically
master
made rice, mashed potatoes. God, that's so overcooked and disgusting looking.
Going deep, going deep. Oh, that's what I never said, going deep. If I said that, I would lie.
Oh my Lord, this is like
So
slop.
what you want to do is get the juice.
This is why we don't like. This is why I don't like Louisiana. They talk so much shit, and then this is what they just shovel slop at you. Overcooked rice with a bunch of fucking bullshit seasonings. Jesus Christ, dude. Believe it or not, he's only cooking for a standard meal for Louisiana 3. Yeah, I believe that. They shovel slop at their faces in fucking Louisiana. Jesus Christ, dude. That was some overcooked ass fucking rice. I'm not gonna be able to get over that. What else we got? That's too fancy. That pissed me off. If he was real, he'd have been using a shovel to stir that. Yeah, probably so. What the fuck is this? Okay, that has guns in it. I can't watch that. This is why I don't have the YouTube up. I'm looking through videos. Oh man, I think I'm gonna have to cook something. I'm actually like, I'm gonna have to like turn on the oven. Like you know, I'm gonna have to cook. I'm gonna have to cook me a pizza after that fucking thing. Peanut butter mountain. Building a secret dugout inside of a hollow tree. That just sounds fucking cool. What a. Sorry, I'm just doing man stuff right here because the matriarch's asleep. So we get a little bit, we get a little wild here when the matriarch's asleep. We do. We play games with clowns in them, and we watch videos about making secret hideouts. We're gonna do it. We're gonna watch this secret hideout video. Got it. What is the fuck is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Okay. Cool. I guess we can't watch this video. Right. I don't know if I'm still here or not. What the fuck is this? Oh my lord, what is this? This is so much bacon. I'm gonna have to cook a tray of bacon to put on top of this pizza. What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck, dude? Okay, I've got it. We're gonna just sit here and be hungry for a while. Okay, calm down with the sound effects. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? They put the fucking french fries on the burger. This is Japanese too? What is this? Is it still... It's still like warning me. Is this video copyrighted as well? Oh well, we're gonna watch this anyways. The video is taken down. Man, I'll just cut that part out. It doesn't matter. This whole extra part is just me being hungry. Like I'm so hungry, even those plants look. They'd be delicious right now. Next time, make a pizza where the crust is just woven bacon mesh. was thinking about cooking an entire tray of bacon. And the reason I say tray of bacon is because I cook my bacon in the oven. Just take an entire tray of bacon and just make a sheet of bacon over pizza. Oh my god! I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna. That's a little bit overindulgent. I'll do that when I have a kid around. So. Well, she hates eating bacon on pizza, so I don't know why I would save it for that. Never mind. We just won't. All right, Jesus Christ. What the fuck is that? How much fucking salt? Good lord. Those sound effects. It looks alright. It's not the best looking fried chicken I've ever seen. It's okay. It's decently toasted. I'd say a little over toasted, to be honest. Let's see what the bad boys look like. Jesus Christ. I don't know why you wouldn't cook the bacon first. Use the bacon grease when you're cooking the hamburgers. Then you got bacon grease on the hamburger. I just forgot to talk for a minute because I'm just like, are they refrying the chicken? Are they going to make it even crispier? Oh, okay. I understand why. Okay, that's why it didn't look great, because they didn't get the second dip. Now it looks really good. Okay. Jesus Christ, dude. He didn't use the bacon grease because he's not American true. How many fucking pickles are you gonna put on that? Jesus Christ, dude. Calm down. One pickle's too many. Put those jalapenos on there. The banana peppers, whatever the fuck they were. I didn't pay attention. Where's the burger with the fries in it? Oh, they're just putting a fucking burger patty on top of the fries? That's just weird, dude. That doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense. He didn't use everyone knows pickles go on the side in a spear form. Well, pickles don't belong on anything, because pickles are disgusting. It's vinegar, the worst tasting shit of all time. Anything with vinegar in it's terrible. God, I would eat that. I would fucking demolish that right. You know, it might be taking the pickles off the chicken sandwich. Everything else there, except the coleslaw. I probably wouldn't eat the coleslaw. There. Order a burger on fries at an In-N-Out before. I didn't even know that's a thing. Oh man. We're gonna keep going. Get a little hungrier. What else they got around here? What else they got in these folk? What is that? I don't care about donuts. Donuts don't make me hungry. In-N-Out is all about the secret menu. Well, I've never had In-N-Out. I've never been anywhere where In-N-Out is around. I've never. The most like I guess ethnic place I've ever eaten at is Five Guys. All right, what is this bad boy? I don't want to watch this. What else we got? Chicken waffle burgers. You know, it's the best fast food. No, it's not. Jack's is the best fast food restaurant. But anyways, horrible. This is the worst I've ever seen in my life. I'm extremely hungry and I'm this pissed off. Imagine if I wasn't hungry. Jesus fucking Christ, that makes me angry. They're like, what is this? Where is this place? This is a Korean street food. Fuck you, Korea. From America. Go fuck yourself. No wonder nobody likes going to your country. No wonder all your people come to my nation. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe Wendy's is so good. Yeah, compared to that shit, it would be good. Motherfucking goddamn. Looking for now, I'm just pissed. Shut up, want some? Not really. I'll be honest with you. I've already had all my aggression used today. Today, there wouldn't be any aggression. You start pissing me off, I just kick you. I've warned you now. Any place making burgers that cut the patty in half before plating should be banned from the kitchen. That is true. All right, what are we doing? What is this? Living in Afghanistan? Let's see what the Afghanis got. See if they can topple over the Koreans. Or at least they haven't put their feet in any of it yet. All right, there you got a little Cajun influence. They got a big ass pot. It looks better than the Cajun food, at least. Jesus Christ, how much oil you gotta put in there? What the fuck is that? Those fries? They're just baking fries in a pan? Find a video of this loaded potato food truck or the loaded fries food truck. Oh fuck that! We're making food on the floor. These guys are at least aren't doing that. What the fuck was that? I just echoed. Oh, there's Voltaire sneaking into my house.
Sneaking.
Yeah, you snuck. How much rice you gotta put in this shit?
How do I actually look at what you're doing while I'm in chat here? I'm
Like,
kind of
stream
retarded.
it. Check your Discord DMs. All right, we'll check it. But
I could just go right here. And oh nope, that's your. There we go. So I can play it in Discord. It's just gay how Discord sets it up. Can you still hear me?
so
No, then I get a fucking, even in Discord I get a echo.
yeah, so it was Sam Lanham's that I got about 2/3 of the way to.
The beer guy?
All right, I'll keep that for later. I appreciate that sweater. Because I remember, I know I remembered someone using that before. Or I remember that quote. I'm guessing that's probably that. 100% probably. Why is my... Okay. So is this streaming the right thing? No, it's not.
What the hell is that?
Streaming the wrong thing. I don't know why. Let's see. Here. I think maybe now that's fixed. I don't know. My computer acts weird.
What's the boodle-doo?
That's the fucking video coming up that you wanted.
What? I don't remember requesting this. Hey, play my video.
What video?
The one I requested, apparently.
You wanted to see the video through the stream or through Discord. So I'll let you see the video through Discord. What are you talking about? I don't have patience for you right now, Voltaire. I'm going to have to fight you in a minute.
Hold on. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I was looking at it through... Yeah, okay. I see the misunderstanding.
Yeah, you better. Don't make me come back there. I'll turn this fucking stream around.
Fuck's sake, don't do that.
That'll get on it.
What the fuck is this? Okay.
This is the hand eating. How much shit can you eat with your hand?
Well, I only eat with my hands. I don't use utensils. That's fake and gay.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah, it just takes a fistful of, I know my Protestant founding fathers better than apparently founders would have immediately rejected the idea of you must vote for abortion. I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. It's a strange position. Like, even, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of talking about it, to be honest. But yeah, I agree with you. I remember, pretty sure it's the quote, 100% probably the quote you sent me. The founding fathers.
I feel like people got
required.
I feel like people got fatigue for a lot of things these days now.
Is that baked chicken wallpaper? Probably. All right, let's see. Loaded
Yes.
fries food truck. I'll search it.
What is the criteria of your searches tonight?
Right now, we're just food coping because I'm waiting for my food to get done cooking.
Is it actual food? Or is it like frozen food, like Kat would say?
It's food that you put in the oven and cooks.
Shit, you can eat. Shit, you. What are you eating tonight?
Food.
Oh yes. It is a category. What kind of specificity can you give me?
I can't focus right now. I'm looking at loaded fries right now. Trying to pick a video, and I'm zoned out. I don't know if this is correct. This is called Angry Potato. We're just going to do this. All right, Optimus Prime, calm down.
What was on here?
Yeah, you've gone full Starscream right now.
I don't know.
Oh,
Can you
God,
catch
I'm
me
so
outside
fucking
now?
hungry. I gotta agree. I'm getting to this point where I'm so hungry that all I can see is
The
like,
different sauces?
Yeah. I just want.
You're like, what the fuck?
How many different types of fucking mayo do they have?
That's what I was wondering. What the fuck is this shit?
Sriracha mayo, sweet
Dude.
chili mayo.
It's got more
white
than a dozen
cream,
fucking
wasabi tomato, Diablo hot tomato. What the fuck? So this okay? So it's not all of these are different types. They're just the same. What's that yellow?
What are you talking? What do you mean they're not all different types?
Sauce maxing. Yep, we're sauce
Potato
maxing.
maxing too. Look at that.
Why are you putting the potatoes in the windows, you fucking freak?
That's something you would do, Elder, to keep me out of your house.
No, I'd be eating the potatoes. I'd be putting like android
More
like,
lamps.
Put bear traps. Put bear traps in front of my windows now.
Oh yeah.
Teriyaki potato maxi, true. This feels degen. Yeah, the amount of
No,
mayo is
teriyaki-
kind of degenerate.
Teriyaki parsnip maxes.
I don't know what the parsnip is. I don't want to know. Sounds disgusting.
Oh god. I love it. That's too many potatoes.
Why did
That's
you put
like
the potatoes
10...
in the window just to put potatoes in a fucking... Okay, I'm getting triggered now.
Let's fucking go.
See, this is the time where you need to start passing me a Snickers bar. I'm getting hangry. It's the bastardization
Bro's
of
got
baked
his-
potatoes.
I'm gonna rinse them again. That's how cool I am.
Well, you gotta.
You couldn't just rinse them continually.
You have to soak the starches out. I don't know if you've ever made homemade
I know,
French
but
fries.
Hold on. But you could also just have a drain
French
and then
degenerate.
continuously have. You could put
I'm
on
sorry,
the other side
I
the
think
fresh
you
water
forget
on
that
the
I'm
other side
talking
of
on
the
my
drain.
channel. How about that? How about I just talk on my own channel? You don't overtalk me, or otherwise I throw you out. Otherwise, what? Why do you? I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat your entire. Okay. Let's, okay. I
think you need to
lost
calm
control.
down.
I think I almost lost control there.
We'll both
Just
calm
wait
down.
for
Okay.
food. Okay. I'm hungry.
Okay. We're both gonna. Okay.
I will fucking.
Okay. I don't
fry
know.
you
I
up
don't
like
like
chicken.
this.
Voltaire, don't fucking talk to me like that again.
Huh?
I said I will fry your ass like chicken. Don't talk to me like that again.
Do you want to eat my ass?
No, but I'm gonna fry it and I'm gonna serve it up. Anyways, that almost got too dark. We're gonna move past it.
What's that? What's that, Elder Line? You know what that is?
What is it? Why don't you go ahead and tell me, Frenchie?
Cornstarch.
Cornstarch? Oh wow, that's crazy. You're telling me they put cornstarch? Oh, holy shit! I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, well, you told me to tell. You wouldn't guess. I am not French, see? Like, your subtle hints don't go on Steam.
I think cannibalism is TOS. Well, We'll find out, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, eating my ass is kind of against a lot of different things.
Serving your fried ass to your mother is not, though.
To my mother.
Yeah.
To my mother.
Yeah. How much longer does my food have? 3 minutes. I'm starting to get a headache. I've never been this hungry before where I just have a headache. This is retarded.
I didn't mean to come at you for your hangryism, but yeah, it's
I will
it's
fuck you
nice.
up.
Huh?
I will fuck
Please
you
don't.
up.
My wife fucks
Close
me
your
up.
French mouth. Close your French mouth.
Oh, I'm not French.
Yes, you are, and you know it.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. This is just coke now.
Actually, but all of my ancestors have fought the French. That's why I was like, when the old
Yeah, that's
lady
why
was
it's
like,
even...
yeah, I've just found that I was French, like, because her dad was a fucking adopted child, so they didn't know his heritage. And she was like, I'm French. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes.
Well, you've made your decisions.
Well, it was after I was married.
You could have always gotten a divorce.
Uh-huh.
Still an option.
Where's the Orthodox Church you were talking about, huh? Where's the
Well,
love?
it doesn't count with French people. Are these motherfuckers?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
What is this? Is
Oh,
this
yeah.
Korean? Is this fucking Korean? Is this fucking Korean? They're putting raw onions on the fucking fries.
Oh, yeah. That's not Korean, that's retarded.
It is Korean. It is Korean. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. These Koreans are actually actual degenerates. I would rather
It
eat
is literally-
Afghanistan. I would rather eat Afghani food than fucking Korean food at this
I'd rather eat Afghanistan. But yeah, no, the onions are just gonna ruin everything. It's too pungent of a flavor, and it fucking stings the
raw
tongue.
onions. Like
and it's
you
gonna
have to
ruin-
cook the onion for it to taste good. Raw onions are trash.
Well, yeah, and why would you put it on fries anyways?
You could
I'm not
have
gonna
some
put
like
even cooked onions on fries. I'll
you
put
know,
them on my
gold,
sausage,
like some
hot
gold,
dog, you
like
know,
some goldened
hamburger.
up
Oh,
onions.
fuck yeah.
On top of some fries. Put some chili on that shit. There you go. You good.
Okay.
Raw
now you're-
onions.
Okay, yeah.
Raw
yep, I
onions.
get
Are you retarded? Are you actually
Well, yeah.
stupid?
Yes.
At least, I mean, we already know that about you. I'm talking about Korea in general.
Oh.
I tried bankrupt cafes. I don't want or buffets. I don't want to ruin my appetite with some cheap ass buffets.
Bankrupt buffets.
Oh my lord! You're trapped in TikTok slop videos. No, I'm trapped in Korea right now. I guess. I thought I was in
Well, we were
Japan at one point,
watching-
and then somehow we got to Korea.
I mean, we were watching tasty food being created, and then someone threw fucking raw onions on some shit, and it's like, you're a
They just
fucking
keep doing
heretic.
it. I can't play this on stream because YouTube got mad at me. What's this? Oh.
Who likes raw onions? Like, nobody fucking just eats raw. You don't bite into a
Well,
fucking
no, that's
onion.
not true. I do
You
have
like-
my granddad did used to eat raw onions by itself. He'd also take onions, chop it up, put it in a bowl of milk, and eat that.
Oh,
Sometimes
where's
he
the
put
exit button?
cornbread. Sometimes he put cornbread in it too.
Sometimes, sometimes he added like some substance to it. Yeah, to his milk and onions.
Let's see.
You know what? The Great Depression really fucks with people.
Well, he wasn't in the Great Depression. He was after he wasn't even in World War II. He didn't even go to he did go to Vietnam. He was going to go to Vietnam. Then
Oh, my bad.
an incident happened that may or may not have been on purpose that prevented him from going. But
Well, it's neither here nor there now.
no,
I'm talking
I
like
do
my
have an uncle.
grandparents were
I
in
do
the
have an uncle that went to Vietnam, and every once in a while he'd wake up thinking he was trapped in the rainforest.
That would
That
suck.
was nice. That was nice every Thanksgiving. He would take a nap, wake up, the fucking well, I almost said the slur.
The Duke's a hazard. They're fucking around me.
All right, I'm gonna play the. We're about to eat pizza,
Yeah,
so we're gonna get set
sounds
up.
good.
Now, God, I hate that. I hate it when people.
You take something perfect and good, and you're just like, just because I can, they fucking pull it out.
You fuck it up to make the video look cool. Don't fuck it. Don't do that.
Yeah. Look at this stretchy and all this fucking sin. Just leave it in there. Take a bite. Enjoy it.
Home of the double stack pizza.
Pizza.
What?
The fucking YouTube's warning me about this being somebody else's video again. Can't watch this. This is gay.
I fucking hate. I think honestly we should all just migrate to Rumble. I mean, I know where YouTube's where it's at, but I think just eventually we should all just keep that in mind. I mean, I don't actually YouTube, but I'll come visit you guys on Rumble instead.
I mean, Rumble's gonna have the same problems. So I prefer my pizza to catch some air before I eat it. That's true as well. Yeah, make some skateboard pizzas.
What is the reasoning behind having your pizza catch some air before?
Because it's rad.
Listen, I also toss my pizzas to stretch them out. That's the reason for throwing them, but it's not like it makes them any better. When someone tosses your pizza in the air, if you don't see it, do people know about it?
It's the most incoherent question I've ever heard in my life.
I'm pretty sure people don't know their pizzas are tossed, whether they are or not.
Try to find another pizza video, but I can't watch anything on this Devour Power channel. They're gonna try to fuck me.
You're eating a frozen pizza right now.
And here we go.
I mean, we're looking at the culinary genius of pizza, and you're eating like the shittiest pizzas that have ever been created.
That's the shittiest pizza. This is good.
Well, yeah, okay. Good is subjective, and you're wrong.
It's subjective, and I'm correct.
That's cheating. Like, he shouldn't have to quadruple tap it. It should just go right through.
Part of the problem you're getting from YouTube is that you're not putting anything else to the screen at the same time, making it transformative. Well, the thing is, it's just like oh my god, this is a 45-minute long video. I'm not watching this.
Thank God.
Well, the problem is like just some channels have like copyright protections on it, like that. Let me see.
Pizza. All right, yo, we gotta
Was
order
that?
up.
Oh, okay. So that was.
All right, yo, we gotta order up. Who's it for? Devour Power. Yo, let's go.
Okay. I think it was just because I tried to watch 2 of their videos back to back without really pausing.
Where do you get the notification?
May I make a suggestion food related? Of course you can. Well, this is the foodie stream right now. ate for what I ate for what? Well, I don't care about what you eat for lunch in Korea. But what I've seen, you eat nothing but raw fucking onion.
Let's watch videos of people eating raw onion.
Have I ever seen Cooking with Jack? Oh, we can look.
How about Guga?
Oh,
You know Guga?
I have seen this. I have seen this guy.
Yeah.
I have seen this
Elder
guy
Lion, you
before.
know Guga? Guga Steaks?
Yeah, that's actually a guy that's good at cooking. This is
Fucking rights.
Grab this chicken.
This is a video series I watched with my kid. I actually watch this with my kid every once in a while.
What not
because he
to
likes-
do?
Yeah. I'm teaching her how not to cook by watching YouTube videos, and then what's it called? I like but she also likes the duck. I like raw onions on hamburgers and hot dogs. They're all a coping. No.
What is this?
I'm sorry. Raw onion. No.
Place it on here. There we go.
Okay, you can have raw onion on those, but it's so much better if they're fucking golden.
Although I did forget this is a feminist stream, and I had to concede the matriarchy. That is a true thing that I forgot about.
Oh, who said that? That was a woman? Fuck.
I don't like cooked onions. I don't.
What?
We'll concede the matriarchy.
Okay.
Can I have raw onion, please? Station 230. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're a man. How about that?
I feel like most people are
Oh
pretty
my
well
God.
in tune
Why am I
with what
watching
they're
this while
good
I'm
at
eating?
and what
I
they're
don't
bad
care.
Yeah, no.
at. But obviously, not everybody is this way. If they were, this video would not be possible. Now, cooking is one of those things that I think a lot of people misjudge their abilities, because it seems like the worst cooks always think they're the best. And the YouTuber Cooking with Jack show is a perfect example of this phenomenon. Now, Jack has been on YouTube for a very long time. He's been making videos for nearly 15 years now. He started uploading not too long after YouTube was created. And you would think with all that time to practice and refine his craft, he would eventually, you know, learn how to cook. But as I'm sure you figured out by the title of this video,
All right.
that is not the case. Now, Jack has had
We're
a lot
done
of
with the
videos go
foodie stream
viral
now.
just
I
because
finally
how
eaten
bad
and
they
I'm
were,
not.
but majority of them are over a decade old at this point.
You're over it.
Absolutely
Let's see
starving.
if Jack has gotten any better, or if he's just permanently stuck in his old ways. Please subscribe. Okay, so we're gonna be watching this like
No, I'm not gonna
two-part
subscribe.
series
Fuck
where
you.
he compares wet versus dry brines for chicken. And if you happen
Have
to be
you
eating
seen,
right
you-
now, I would recommend you stop.
You want to
before we
see
go on.
the most hilarious shit
recipe.
that's going to
just pulled out
black
a bunch
pill
of
you is
ingredients
the
that I
university
wanna put in my
students
buttermilk.
ask
That's it.
simple
I'm
questions.
doing this literally just out of
I stopped
the top
paying
of my head
attention.
there.
I'm getting
Not following
tired now because I've
anybody.
eaten food.
Okay.
Oh no, coma.
I don't need
Food
It's
coma.
a pretty thick buttermilk.
Give us some like.
I don't think I'm gonna
Give
need
us some
two of
more
these. I
like
think just
rapid
one of
fire
these. So,
stupidity.
Okay, so I
other
did a
than
little
my
research
content,
and,
or I
most
mean my
recipes
my
recommend
context
1
on
quart of buttermilk for a
everything.
whole chicken, and he was thinking he was going to.
Yeah, I
need an
still didn't
extra
pay attention to
half
what you
gallon.
said.
Yeah, we're
I don't know
already
what's
going
wrong. I
off to
can't
a
pay
good
attention to the
start
words
here.
coming out of your
We're gonna
mouth right now.
season this buttermilk.
I'm just in that food zone. Like after I ate this, I'm just like happy now.
All right, and I'll get you the recipe
It's like
down below
post nut. All right.
once we're done.
No, it's more like
All right, we're gonna.
I'm just happy, you know. Like I had some food.
Okay, yeah. So it's just coping, no.
And you can go heavy because it's gonna be a brine, so it's.
It's post
not
nut,
going
and
to
you're
be
just coping that
whatever
it's not.
Sticks to the bird, whatever doesn't,
We-
doesn't. All right, so there's the pepper. Here's
They're getting
salt.
tired about that kid be a sign of pre-diabetes. I'm not pre-diabetic. I am a juvenile diabetic. So too late on that one.
3 shakes of pepper, 4 dumping motions of salt, seeing the ABCs while you're dumping the oregano in, and once
This
you
whole
get to
person
F,
should be
stop.
thrown in the garbage.
Putting some herbs in here too. Okay.
Don't let Kieran make your
First
pizza.
of all-
We all know why. Yeah, we do.
If you're gonna marinate in milk, why the fuck
that
did you put so
smells
much?
good already. I'm hungry.
Like this is it's so dumb.
it
It
just
smells
had
good,
my
so
10
like
a.m.
yeah, this
shake
is fucking straight
morning
lies.
now.
It doesn't just smell already, and you're like, oregano. Fuck you put in it. Like I'm a very good cook, and this like I fucking hate videos like this. They anger me because these people are stupid and they just say shit for the
seasoning we picked up
clout.
at Sam's Club, and it is a cilantro lime seasoning.
What flavor is he going for here exactly? I mean, I can see some cilantro lime on like some chicken wings.
Going for the
but,
worst
like, on a
type of food
creamy
possible.
buttermilk
He's just
chicken,
he
I have
doesn't.
a feeling that might clash a little
This
bit.
is the thing. Like every once in a while, you're like, you think I don't really know how to cook all that well. Then you see somebody like this, and you're like, oh.
So we will.
No, I can cook
cilantro
somewhat at least.
Yeah.
I can survive.
Like he's literally just putting whatever the fuck into anything because he's fat and stupid.
Okay, and this is.
And he's gonna eat the food no matter what.
Red pepper flakes.
He's gonna eat it all.
Gotta have some heat.
He's putting all of this shit in a big jug of buttermilk too.
Yep.
There we go. I got
Like,
my
that's-
chicken out
like,
of the
he's-
wrapper. It's room temperature.
And everything
look
he
at the
did, I would
size
never do.
difference between
He's
these two
fucking
ingredients.
retarded.
Like I feel like the
entire
buttermilk is
family
just
of
gonna
chicken
neutralize
combined.
all the spice, all the
Now it's
spices.
time to-
I feel like if you're gonna soak it in buttermilk, you'd soak it in buttermilk
there.
first, then put the spices on after.
On top would be the best. Yep. He didn't even use. Come on, no, pour it all. You made it.
So the chicken's all covered.
Looks yummy.
Yeah, the chicken's
huh?
floating,
this is not
dude.
even a brine at this point.
The
This
problem
a
is that
milk
chicken
soup
is
with
pretty
chicken
tender
garnish.
enough. You
This has
don't
gotta be
need the
some sort of
fucking
crime.
buttermilk
You're
anything.
gonna flip this
Like it's
chicken halfway through.
people
your
enjoy
brine.
chicken the
So
way
it's
it is.
marinated all night long. Just want to be honest with you.
I wouldn't even do like I've done breasts in
That doesn't even
in buttermilk,
look
but
edible.
it's
It looks
no
like
more
an
than
obstacle
an
in a
hour
video game where if
or
you
2
jumped in it,
hours.
you'd instantly die.
Make sure I don't get it dirty. Want to grab
And it
this
looks
chicken.
actually like buttermilk, not like this guy's fucking concoction.
I don't even know what he's doing.
If this ever happens,
Well,
to
there
you,
he got
this
a
is
rat.
very good sign to know.
Yeah, he
that
just
people
he,
that
he
make
removed the
if they
rat
start
that found
pulling
a
stuff
yeah,
out of their
like
cauldron
took a
of
little
chicken
wrist
and
on that
goop and are
fucking
asking themselves,
I
what
mean,
is this
absolute
after they
catastrophe
prepared
of a
it? Do
fucking
not eat that.
milk brine.
It's a trap.
The neck?
It's a trap.
I don't know. We'll just put that right
Yeah,
there.
there you go. Put that rat right in front center. You got to cook that motherfucker.
Oh, he just
for
didn't
sure.
take out the little gizzard thing. I thought that was a turkey.
Let it all
I didn't think
drip
that was
off.
a chicken.
Right there.
Granted, I've never cooked a whole chicken
Place it
before.
on here.
Well, nobody actually
There we
like it's.
go.
You don't actually get that whole chicken
Okay,
like
we're gonna
that where you
roast
get the
this.
gizzards and
So,
everything.
It's got a little bit of golden brown around it.
That looks terrible.
Got
That looks
God,
garbage.
raw
Holy fuck.
exterior.
Jack,
That's
that is
fucked.
not what I would
That's
call
raw.
crisp. I would call that barely
Man.
touched by the flame. Looks damn near
Imagine if you
raw.
put the actual
Moist.
fucking like holy fuck. So
feels
you're
good.
supposed to put the flavors
Maybe
on
just try
after,
to
and then you
minute,
baste it with
cool,
some
let
butter,
rest.
and then
Come
it
over,
all
let
gets
your meat
brown,
rest,
crispy.
okay? This
Let it
did a great
rest.
job.
Holy fuck,
You
man!
put
You've
this
been
aside.
resting this entire time while this cooked.
Ouch.
You rested while you were trying to make the ingredients. You're like, let's throw a bunch of shit in a fucking bucket
This is
and then
the
throw my
most
chicken in there.
disturbing thing I've
This-
ever seen in my life.
Give it a
Yeah,
taste.
it's yeah. I don't even like his knife is garbage.
There we go.
This guy is fucked.
Nice.
Nice.
We're gonna try it out. See how the
Jack, hold on now.
Please
Jack,
don't
we
eat
can talk
that.
about this. Please do not eat that chicken. That chicken is not even halfway cooked. That is raw chicken you're about to eat.
Look at
Jack.
yeah, no, look seriously though, look at the fucking
then we're gonna
look at
compare
the
the
cross
flavor.
section.
Yeah, he's got the power. I guess he's trying to hope Christ
Using dry rub
saves him
powdered
from this chicken.
buttermilk.
He's
Just dry rub it, okay?
Good
Here
Lord.
we go.
Oh, this is the worst. Oh no.
Oh my
This is,
God.
yeah.
This
No.
motherfucker spit
Jack,
that shit
Jack,
out.
Come on now. You
He's a
have
liar.
glasses
He's
on.
a
You have to
liar.
have some
Or he's
sort
no.
of
Look at
working
his
eyesight. That chicken is
bodily
literally
structure.
That's raw.
pink.
That
That's
is
literally raw
Highlighter.
chicken.
That
Why
is-
are you eating this?
Bodily structure actually like no muscles. No, he's just fat.
Right.
And he's just like,
He
yeah, I will
swallowed.
eat this entire
There's
thing.
kind of a
Oh wait,
creaminess
wait.
to it.
Yeah, those are the
There's a
salmonella
creaminess.
colonies you're tasting, Jack. Nice and creamy. Yes, they have now
There's a
invaded your body.
creaminess to it.
I don't know how to explain. Kind of a sweetness from the buttermilk. It's inside the chicken, so it
Yeah,
did
sweetness
penetrate
from the blood of the
well, like
fucking
basic herbs.
that's still
You know,
falling
it's
out of the
like a
chicken.
Thanksgiving turkey. Let's compare this.
The way I
how
didn't cook it
this took
enough, it
compared
just
to the dry- I
it's
expected
some
the dry
extra
one to be
juiciness.
better. I don't know why. I may be wrong. This may be a stupid experiment.
Oh.
But we're gonna do it anyway, right?
Oh.
Oh my
All right,
God,
love you
dude.
guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.
Alright, so let's see how the dry
No, you
rub
won't.
compares to this monstrosity. It doesn't have much to beat, so it has that going for it. I'm gonna skip the beginning and the preparation because it really is all
Thank
the same.
God.
The
fuck,
only
bro?
difference is that he uses
Look at him.
buttermilk
No
powder.
shame. No
Been in it
shame.
for days.
Okay.
So what we want to do is
What
get
the
the
fuck
excess
is
off.
this?
So we specified in a comment
What
that
the
it's set
fuck
in the
is
fridge
this?
for 4 days, which is like double.
Why?
how raw
An
chicken is
abortion.
supposed to
That's
Why?
an
be.
abortion.
So we're already off to a great start.
You're figuring
Like,
your
what?
normal oven at 350
You don't even
between
like.
50
Oh my gosh.
and an hour, 50 minutes to an hour. All you do is measure the.
He's using
fried
them
meat,
stupid
put your little
non-stick
thermometer in
fucking
there.
flaps
It's
too.
around. It has to be at least.
Did he already cook it?
165.
Did he already try to
Some people
cook it?
like up as high as 185, but just thermometer your meat.
I don't want to know. I don't want to see him eat it. But let's
Thermometer
go.
your meat.
Jack, based off your last video, I have a
I thought that was
He
cheating.
did not thermometer his meat back in the time. Yeah, they were raw as fuck.
Because I'm guessing that thing would have measured around 60 degrees.
Tammy and I are relaxing, and we're
At
in our
least one,
recliners.
like,
the timer
10.
goes off on Google, says up, your timer is up. So like 5 minutes later, I'm
Fuck
like,
is this?
hey,
How
did our
high
timers go off?
is he cooking
We
this
need to go
shit in
check
the
the
oven?
chicken. And we
He's just
probably went
fat.
about a minute longer.
He's
than we
like
wanted
cooking
to.
it at.
You know,
He's
Jack,
broiling
that
it.
might just be a blessing in disguise for you. Because one more chicken like the last one you had.
He
and it
literally
might just be
burnt
your
the
last.
sauce. Like, what the
I had
fuck?
in my head I was gonna come in here and go, oh, it's good, and it's a little bit better than the wet one.
But I decided that no, I
Guys,
realized it's terrible.
Listen to me. Stop what you're doing. A dry brine is 100 times better. In this case, I don't know about other brines.
Maybe
but
because you
I think
cooked it
the
a little
dry
bit more.
brine is better in this case because the chicken is actually kind of cooked this time. Maybe that's just me though. Well, that's enough Jack for one day, I do believe. You know, it's actually kind of inspiring. This guy has 500,000 subs on YouTube, multiple brand deals. I think he even has a barbecue sauce that's sold in Walmart. It really shows that
What?
anybody
I need to
can
start-
do anything. So if you're an
I
aspiring
need to
chef
start
out there
streaming.
and you ever have a
Holy
bad
hell.
day, just remember,
My
if
recipes
Jack
I'm just gonna
are
start
way
making
better.
cooking videos, I guess, at this point.
Please leave a
It's
like.
gonna be me.
Walk on over
Take,
to
I'm
subscribe
just gonna
button and
unwrap a
douse
pizza,
it
and
in
put it in the
buttermilk.
oven. Like,
Or
yeah,
both
you know,
work.
we're gonna
But
test it
for
out.
now,
I'm just gonna bring it out, and it's gonna be like half
No, no, no.
frozen.
Jack
Like,
is
yeah, I
Hold on,
really
hold
put
on.
all
No,
of
you
my,
gotta-
my all in it.
buttermilk industry during these trying times.
You gotta start from
Just
the very
like all
beginning
this
and just put
production
shit in
single-handedly
it, right from the
carrying
very get-go to the end, and then not eat it or eat it a little bite and be like, "This is the greatest thing ever." Okay, this guy is very baguette-ish.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have found the video. If there was a world record for the world's most uncomfortable cooking show to watch, this would win it. I don't know what it is, but there is an awkward tension throughout the entire video that never goes away. And it gets even worse when they bring over a couple of friends to try out this f***ing war crime of an entree that they have created. It's a little hard to explain, so
Alright,
I'm
let's
just
see it.
gonna show you. Please subscribe.
Hi, I'm John, the pastry white guy.
Or both
And
psychos.
this is what
God.
were they eating?
Your
Now,
regular
this is a
white guy.
common
I'm
theme
bald
in
and
this video.
stupid.
Whenever the other makes a joke or tries
Well,
to get a response out
in
of the
his
other,
reality.
zero engagement. Truly a battle of wits between these two.
So, Shari,
Look at her face. I fuck another guy on the side.
fantastic to be here. Now, you know what I've been thinking.
And I'm a lesbian. I fuck women
Don't
too.
fucking no. Don't do that. That's they're married.
How they fought the communist
You leave them alone.
Nazis, how they won those
Leave the
wars.
dyke alone, man.
But you know what I
Shit.
was wondering is how
Oh.
did they do it?
Okay.
How did they do it? Well, I think it was to do with the food
This is
that
my
they ate.
bad, man.
Okay, like?
Oh, food. That's an interesting way to say nuclear bomb.
Well, for instance, digging through ancient
Just
tomes
change
of war,
place.
such as this 1965
This was like some Gnostic cookbook.
Culinary Arts
Like some
Institute
Gnostic cooking.
encyclopedic cookbook.
This is
I
some
have
feminist
found
shit where this guy is
a
just a,
fantastic
and
piece
she's just like,
fit
oh, this
for
guy's a
day.
No, it's
retard.
divinely femininely
Of course,
revealed to the
the
chef.
stuffed crown roast of
It's the divine feminine revealing
Yes,
itself to the
stuffed
chef.
crown roast of frankfurters is great.
Yes.
For
Well,
whenever
I don't-
somebody calls you and is like,
Don't know what that is, nor do I
queen
care. But
coming
this is a
over,
woman telling a man
or
who the man is
Chancellor
retarded,
Merkel, and you've only got an hour,
and
but you look through your fridge and what you've got 20 wieners.
I honestly
This
think
is
if you put a hot
disappointment.
dog in front of the queen, she would just evaporate.
20 wieners is like, you know, an understatement for her. She could handle more.
You got yourself a meal fit for.
And this guy's like 20 wieners, man. I'm just trying to cook
or
one.
even the head
Like
of
I'm
a-
just trying to get one eaten. And this is
What
him.
up, Scott?
He's just slowly
How many
stirring
fucking
potatoes
hot
like they need to
dogs?
be stirred. And the hot dogs, holy fuck.
He's stitching them
This is-
together.
This is cockery.
So that's what it looks like with
Alright guys, so this is the first step to making hot dog body armor. This is the chest plate. Make sure to cook them first, it really ups the durability.
all 20 sewed through the bottom.
Yes.
And so you're gonna have to like cut off that piece of string and then start going through the next one. Go to the tops. For real, well they tie the sausage together.
Yeah. Okay, yep. Everything I said
Okay,
holds.
now you're gonna want a spring.
She's making the wiener armor.
8-inch range.
Has nothing to do with him.
Let's
He's
find
just
out.
helping. This is sad. This is sad as
This
fuck.
is something that
This
cat
looks like
needs
an
to
ancient
see.
torture device. I don't know about y'all, but hot dogs are literally my least favorite food
Like, they're
on the
teaching-
planet. I've had a hot dog twice in my life.
Like
The
they
first
they
time I
have
didn't
battle
like it, and the
armor.
second
I know
time
that
I had to
cat
make
has
sure I didn't
wars
like it.
with
I've never
their
had one
sheep
since. You cannot
sometimes.
convince
He
me
like
that there is
fights
such
with
thing
them
as a good
sometimes.
hot dog.
This could be the body
So
armor.
she needs
she
the
has.
feminist to the
No,
feminist
she needs the-
dominating her
the hot
husband
dog
to
armor.
have hot dog armor.
You have to.
Well, that's femininely
You can't do
revealed
it.
through the feminist stream.
That's garnish.
It's feminist. It's the feminist
Did they
Gnostic
not even like glance
knowledge
at the video before
armor.
starting
Okay.
to film this? I really can't
Okay.
tell if this is scripted or not. Like it looks like they keep looking at cue cards, but I cannot imagine that this is the script they came up with.
There's no cue cards, just hot dogs. This is a dumb man with woman who is probably intellectually smarter than him, but that's your strong woman who's actually
What? Did he
retarded.
say
So
you don't
he's
need the calories?
he's super
like burning
retarded.
Calories from
Well,
opening
Jay, I'm
a
gonna
jar?
be honest
I don't know
with
what else
you.
you could have meant by that.
You've been on
What
like
did it mean?
one really long sentence for like 5 minutes, and I've started to zone you out. To be honest, I've
think
stopped
I've
paying
been-
attention to everything you've said so far.
Well, that's fine. I don't think I've been on really one long sentence for about an hour now, but
Can you just clean up later?
I'm just saying. I'm just being
Sauerkraut
honest. I'm being
goes
real
in the
here.
Center. All right, I'll hold it. And you can...
who are you? What is your name? I'm just like, listen here. I'm just trying to expose myself to get my channel all
don't
fucking jacked
expose
up.
yourself on my
I don't
stream,
know
for the
who
love
I
of
don't know who
fuck.
you are. I don't
Diamonds
like. I don't
and
care who
garnish
You
you
don't
are.
expose
Pixie
yourself on
dust.
my
You
stream.
cannot make a hot dog cake.
You don't do that.
How am I supposed to get big?
You could go get big somewhere else, not on my stream. You could go reveal that to your wife or something to get big. I don't want I don't want this shit here.
Look what they're doing. Like, come on, man, it.
They're putting
If
mashed
I was
potatoes.
A soldier in
What
the
is
World
this?
Wars, fighting for my life, and I came
This is
home
the
and I was
sin.
given this on
I
my
think
return.
people
I
can
would
actually
ask
have
to be
sin
sent back.
through through food, not just eating people. Just like no, like you're just this is sinful.
G'day,
Great,
Eddie
yep,
Spastic
that's what I'm
News.
gonna
Yeah.
bring.
The spastic news is that Voltaire is spastic.
Dude,
What are you watching?
I don't
We're
think I'm
watching-
spastic.
We're watching the Hot Dog Fortress.
How am I spastic?
I think it's kind of funny.
I-
how you
I'm-
could tell
I'm
that
surprised
these
you even
two
asked
people
that.
had absolutely
I think
no
it's just
idea that they were about to be
self-evident.
called captain. And
I mean,
that they're trying to
spastic
figure
doesn't
out
mean
why
like
the hell
like
this
quick
guy
to
just
react
called
like
them
for
captain.
you gotta be you know you gotta ADHD
I just thought
and
it
kind of
meant
stuff
gay.
like that.
Tom
Oh,
Captain.
well, for fuck's sakes, it doesn't
And,
work.
They are runners, so they'll eat anything. And I mean
The
You
more
can
he
have a
says
daughter
anything,
and
the
be
more
gay, but
worried
I
they're
don't-
getting.
having
They're
a
like,
wife.
What the fuck did he put in this cake?
I don't know.
guys, first impressions. Anything's coming to your mind here?
You can be married and be gay. Did you ever seen
It's amazing.
Chips are nicely
Freddie
browned.
Mercury?
No. Look at that, nice browning.
I've never seen anything like
Did he have a
Freddie
wife?
Yeah, Freddie Mercury had a wife and he was still gay.
That
He
chick
also had
that
a couple
played Freddie
girlfriends.
Mercury's wife in the movie. Holy fuck, she was actually pretty cute.
Oh, chopped scallions on top? Is that
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bacon
and
crumbles?
More bacon, yeah.
Why
You're
is
gonna
this so
talk
fucking
like
awkward?
they're having
Eat
a-
the fucking food. Why are they talking
No,
about this?
because
Is
it's
fucking
awkward
weird.
as fuck. Because look at it. Let's. Who wants to join in? Elder Lion's like, yeah, I'll take the first wiener.
Like I can't. Like this is the thing. I think I'm an awkward person. This is the most awkward shit of all
Part
time.
of the recipe. It's gonna be mint flavored.
Elder Lion definitely took the first wiener.
Oh, I was gonna attack the other side. Look at it.
No, I wouldn't eat this shit. This is
Attack
garbage.
it. Attack it from the other side.
There's a hot dog and mashed potatoes with some fucking scallops.
It's a meal that provides its own.
I'd laugh too. I'd be like, look at this cucked individual. These are retarded people.
There it is, in all its glory. Take it in. You may never
Why?
see something
Why
as
would you do
beautiful
this?
as
That's
again.
called,
hot dogs and mashed potatoes. You could, that could be okay. But like, why make it into something like that? Why not just cook the hot dogs?
I mean,
toss some hot dogs in the
call it-
oven, make some mashed potatoes. I mean, put it on a plate like a normal human being.
Because we've got some.
You call
Why
that
do
the
you have
Alamo
mustard?
because it failed and it looks fortified, but
The Crown Roast of Frankfurt.
Hey, Karen.
Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Kieran, fuck, can he teach me how to be Australian? Because
See, this is
apparently
what
I don't
I'm
do it
Smoking
as well.
Spaceman gets it. Like, why didn't they just make hot dogs and mashed potatoes? Why did they have to fucking
Well, yeah.
cook it like that? Why
That
did they
would've been-
make the mashed potatoes and then bake the hot dogs around it?
Say thank you.
This is making this is
so much
retarded.
tastier, just,
years. So I think
you
our
just score the
friend-
hot dogs, throw them on the
guess I cannot
barbecue,
able
and
to
then just
cook 'em.
mash some
We'll deal with
potatoes.
that in post-production.
Would have been fucking tasty as fuck.
Grab this chicken.
No,
Go
don't
back
do
to him.
no.
Do you know what
We don't want him grabbing any chicken.
Murder's recipes?
And it looks beautiful. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? Here's
Steve Holt does a mean Kieran impression.
Oh.
That's true.
God.
Do your James live talk impression. Get up there.
The
Listen,
Cooking
I
with
don't
Jack
talk
show
like
has
this
become
at
a bit of a
all. Like, I
staple
want
on
to
this
fucking,
channel.
I
Now,
want
if
to
you've
make
ever
a
seen
fucking
my Cooking
argument.
with Jack show videos,
Okay,
depending
well,
on
I
how
don't
it
know
goes,
what the hell
you're
happened
about to
there.
witness
I
either
think
the
Voltaire's
greatest
lost
or
a
the
few brain
worst
cells, so
cooking
he
you've
can't
ever seen in
do
your
the
life.
accent
If
anymore.
you define great cooking as making
Wait, I
things
can't
that are
do a
enjoyable to eat,
James
well,
accent
then,
through
this might
Australia.
not be the video for you. But if great cooking to you
He was
means
doing
making
James too
recipes
well.
so outlandish, traversing flavor palettes that nobody
Let's
dared
I
to
can't keep
conquer,
watching
and a
this. Well,
whole
now you
lot
have
of
to keep
cheese,
watching it.
pour it in this glass dish, which
What is
I've
this?
never
Cool
used in my
Whip
whole life.
Jello?
I think my mom gave me this, but I'm gonna have a chance to use this, and then we're gonna chill it.
Elder
So
Lion,
it's
let's
gonna be
hear
awesome.
your
Let's get
best
started right now.
Australian accent.
Wait till you see this.
I don't do accents.
Yeah, I wish I could have waited a little
Oh,
bit
really?
longer. This is not
Oh.
okay, Jack.
You're doing
You
one
are
right
not
now.
gonna
You do
actually
one
put
all
these
the time.
ingredients together, are you? Did you accidentally like glue two halves of different
He's not
recipes
telling people how to
together?
cook.
Like
He's
half of
trying
the
to
ingredient
reduce
list
the
for street
population through
tacos,
food.
and then like half
Yeah,
the list for pecan
definitely.
pie. I mean, what's going on here, Jack?
At least this
What the
isn't
fuck
that
are you
bad.
talking
You
about?
can't. Like, this is the thing,
This is why
right?
you fuck like a talk. You talk like
You
a
got
fucking
cream
Australian.
cheese, pimento.
You get all fucking.
Cool
You
Whip,
get all mad about everything.
crushed nuts,
And then you become British. You fucking become British then because we
Voltaire,
realize where we've come
I
from.
don't know what's going on with you.
bell pepper,
You need to settle down.
pineapple, and American
Nobody
cheese.
realizes what's going on
Can
with
you
me,
believe this?
except for my
No,
wife.
Jack, I
Thank
really
God I have one
can't.
of those.
I'm hoping I'm about to wake up from a dream right now. Because you can't actually be doing this, Jack. You're gonna get in trouble. Combining these ingredients is an instant life sentence.
All right, get your Jello mix. You're gonna do one large Jello, lemon or lime, or you're gonna do 2 small packets. I grabbed a large one.
This is Elder
Okay, so I know,
getting like
combining
he's
Jell-O
getting
with not
tips.
sweet
This is like
ingredients, you know, stuff like peppers is
I mean, this is the
somewhat
thing.
normal,
At least
but I
you
feel like
can't
I've
die
only
from
ever
what he's
heard it
about
being
to make.
referred to as bad. I mean, has anybody ever had a
That's how
positive
you
experience with
consider
random
all
things
lifestyle
being jellified?
choices.
I can't imagine so.
I'm not even sure what utensil to use for this.
Jack, there
Or
is
your
no
wife
Yeah,
is
that's
like,
Elder
"Just
Line.
let me
That's
cool
Elder
it.
Line.
Don't pay
I don't even
blurry
know.
rules by allowing
What's with the
this.
Jello
Why
cool?
worry
No, he's
about
making. He's
trivial
making
things
like a
a
fruit
utensil when you're
Jello
making
salad
this?
thing.
Okay,
I
once
think.
the Jello is dissolved, you're gonna add. I chopped up the cream cheese. You're
Wait,
gonna add all
maybe
your
not-
cream
what?
cheese in there, and you're going to mix that.
I don't know
until
what the
it totally
fuck this
mixes
is
in,
now.
Totally melts down.
Yes, you do.
Chopped celery.
There is absolutely nothing that could have made this recipe worse.
He's
than
just
adding
making
celery.
whatever.
Celery is the worst.
Why are you
vegetable
putting
on this
celery?
entire planet. I
He's
don't
just
think
going
anybody
hard on
enjoys it. It
anything.
literally tastes
Okay,
Why
I tried to
celery?
push this
water.
off.
That's it. Crunchy
Yeah,
perfume
sorry,
water.
my
That's
bad.
what you
I tried to
enjoy? You should
pull
be
this off
ashamed.
as an Elder Lion meal, but no, this guy went full retard.
Pimento.
Pimento?
Yeah. Yeah, he went
Nuts.
full. Okay.
What is what the fuck is
Mix
this?
that in. I can't even begin to explain.
His mixing
to you
is fucking
how amazing
his
these
feminine.
was.
Jack, I'm sure
Fuck is
you
that?
love your Aunt Myrna, but this video was not necessary. You could have just told her it was good.
This is
You didn't
child
have to lie
abuse,
to
right?
us,
Like if
because
your
there's
if
no
your
way
aunt
this
made this
actually
for you as a
tastes
child,
good
this is
at
child
all.
abuse.
I can imagine exactly what this tastes like. and it's
Well, I
reminiscent of
mean,
vomit.
it's full of a lot of good
Horrible,
things,
I'm
but
telling you,
yeah.
Aunt Myrna never
I mean,
has failed me yet, and I have had this.
this is
So
the
I
stuff
hope I
I'd serve
enjoyed
to
those
the
producers.
like the
Have as
the illegals in
bonus.
the
Alright, here's a crucial
cages.
ingredient. Your whipped cream.
No, you don't want Cool Whip. He put not whipped cream.
He
Cool
doesn't
Whip.
even know how to
Cool
use
Whip.
it.
It's Cool Whip. He put Cool
Jack,
Whip in there.
Like 65%
Yeah, Cool Whip's not
of
whipped
this
cream.
dish is just processed cream.
it's
there
Cool Whip.
hasn't even been any cheese yet. I was promised a party cheese
should have put fucking
salad. Right now
cheese?
I'm getting a pepper and pecan milkshake.
Well,
Gonna mix that in gently.
I mean, might as well at this point.
Over. I get my glass dish here. Then you're gonna pour it in the.
This might as
the dish
he might as
carefully.
well.
I
just
thought he
put-
was.
what
I didn't see the damn.
Okay,
I didn't
holy
see the.
fuck.
I didn't see the fucking pan. He was the glass pan. He was. I thought he was just dumping it out on the fucking.
So did I. Don't worry. So did I. I'm like, he's just dumping it in his fucking.
I mean, he
trough
probably
of the
should have. It
fucking-
probably would have been a better place, to be fair.
Jack, that is
The
the
trough
last
of
thing
the
that I
fucking
would call
burner.
crazy on this
That's
channel.
what I
At this point,
thought.
I expect everything to be topped with cheese, especially something called a cheese salad. Matter of fact, I think this is the least cheese I've ever seen you use.
Now I'm gonna chill this overnight, and then we're gonna take a look at it in the
No,
morning. It's gonna
why?
be solid.
Why would you chill it overnight?
Cold.
Why?
It's gonna be sweet. It's gonna be delicious. We've only been chilling this for about 4 hours, but as you can tell,
Good. It's a solid brick I beat
solid
this
and
guy
cold,
over the head with.
and it
What a
looks beautiful.
fucking
Look at that.
idiot.
Doesn't that look great?
Yeah, now add your
Honestly,
favorite special
Jack, no,
cheese
it
to
does
you.
not look great. It
Hillary.
quite simply looks
There's-
like somebody
Hayes
There's
cooking.
no reason
Oh,
why
I know
he-
who
and then
Kay's
stuck it
cooking
in the
is.
freezer. I mean, I won't
think it's
even
on the same
believe you
channel,
if you say
too.
it's good because I just know in my heart that it's not.
Place it on a plate. Come on.
Okay,
we
he
go.
wants consistency
What is
on a
this? Like a
plate.
pudding
So,
effect.
so it like it, so the reason he does this is so he can slice it out and have a consistency
So
on
good.
his plate.
I know it.
It's still cold. It's still cold.
Of course, I don't know if mine came out as good. So here's
Otherwise,
to
we would melt everywhere.
the
This guy's
people.
fucking retarded.
Look at
This
him. He's
fucking
lying. He's
retard.
lying to us right now.
Pain in your eyes.
Yeah.
You are lying.
This fat fucking
Aunt
retard
Myrna is not
deserves,
going
like,
to see this
He's
video.
looking us
But
dead in
your
our fucking
emotions
face and be like, "Oh yeah,
Ten
this is
Emmett
great."
slaps.
look
Yeah.
like you were being held
Yep.
together.
He has no soul. His soul has died within him.
You don't get a soul when you fucking
That is a crime
look
against
that
creation.
fat.
sweet and dessert like, and has all those vegetables in it. And American
This
cheese
guy
on top.
like
It is
deserves
really.
at least 20 slaps. Like
I can't
fuck.
explain this to you guys.
No,
It's
nobody
sweet,
cares.
and it's crunchy.
You
and it's got
deserve
a
20
texture
slaps
feel to
because
it on
you're
your tongue.
fucking
It's
retarded.
beautiful.
Y'all are seeing what I'm seeing,
Jesus
right?
Christ.
He brings it up to his
All right, we're moving on from that. I can't even watch that shit anymore. That's deeply
That's
disturbing.
stupid. Yep. I agree with that.
Let's see. What the fuck is this? All right, well. Oh, what is this? I don't want to see her brutalize a lasagna. Oh, no.
I might be able to squeeze another sausage in. Yes, bang right,
Oh,
like
no.
a sausage lasagna. There we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen a lot of
What the
different
hell's
people
wrong with you,
post
Elder
Where's his
Lion?
duck?
on this
He
channel
where's the
that will
duck?
leave any normal person scratching their head.
I don't want you. Where's the
Today,
duck?
however, you're going to see something that makes
Put your
all
mustache
those
away, you freak.
confusing, puzzling recipes that
Why do
you
all
project yourself to
people his
look like
age
something you'd eat
have
in a
mustaches?
Michelin-star-winning restaurant?
Get
There's
rid
no
of
way
them.
to prepare you for what you're about to see.
I mean,
So,
seriously.
Grow a beard. Be a man.
The
Boys and
shittiest
girls,
mo-
today you're going to see something that is going to radically change your life. And while
I
wish
can
could say
I
that
can
it
grow
would
a
be in good
beard
way, I
really
don't
well,
know
but
that's a fair way
I
to frame
grew a
this. The way that
mustache,
you
and the wife
trust,
was
the way
like,
that you consume
"Get the
information,
fuck
and the way
off
that
of here,
you feel
get
about
out of here,
somebody that I'm sure you
shave
hold
that
close to your
shit,
heart,
and
today,
fuck
it's
off."
all going to change. Now, you might be thinking to yourself,
My wife is
I'm
based.
like
Yep.
99% certain this is
Too
a
bad
video
she's
about
French.
case
You gotta,
cooking. What the
you know.
fuck are you talking about? Allow me to
Or
explain
we're gonna
myself.
will.
Guys,
But
What the
we've
fuck am I
seen
supposed to do?
cooking, take recipes and do things that
In
can
Minecraft,
only
though.
be described as inhumane. I mean, when you start to really dissect the atrocities that
You couldn't
Kay is committing
handle
against
my
food,
French
that's the kind of
wife, right?
moral debt that her
Well, I wouldn't want to.
grandchildren are going to be paying off. But today is about to
Because
blow
I'm extremely
everything
racist
that we've
against
ever
French people.
seen from Kay straight out of the water.
So am I.
Sausage lasagna. Guys, I
I'm
am
racist
telling you
enough.
the title of this video. Okay,
Yeah,
I am
well,
reading off to you two
there's
of
reasons
what
for
I
that.
feel like are universally recognizable
Sure.
words. Sausage.
Sounds like
lasagna.
Coke.
You know the video is a woman cooking
Well,
something, and you know
probably.
that she
Well,
titled the
I mean,
video Sausage Lasagna.
you'd have to.
With that being said, I could give you the rest of your earthly life, the rest of your time here on this planet, to guess what you're about to watch Case
Oh,
cooking
once
make,
again,
and I
scissors in the
promise
kitchen.
you,
Anything
you'll
coming
never
from this
fucking get
video
that.
is
For the life of me, I cannot
yeah.
understand what could have
But you don't know who
possibly
she
made
is.
Kay title this
But yeah,
video
you're right.
Sausage
You
Lasagna.
already
My guess,
predicted
an
something.
actual demon. Only a demonic presence would find doing something
fuck
like this
is being
entertaining because,
predicted?
guys, you're about to see something, and it's not a damn lasagna. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Hi people, and I'm back cooking again. And today
That
I'm
is not
going
what
to be doing,
my wife looks like.
like a sausage lasagna. Right, as you can see, I have already chopped my
Fucking British people and their damn sausage.
onions up and got to pull your finger in the process. So I'm going to put these onions in
Onions?
the fry pan. Now the reason it's not sizzling is because they're fresh onions.
Yeah, so
What?
I have no clue as to what that could possibly
Onions.
mean. The reason the onions aren't sizzling is because they're fresh.
No
I'm assuming
onion.
she's
No
comparing them to
onion.
frozen
Onions.
onions, which obviously would be a little bit louder when you throw them into a pan, but fresh onions still definitely do
this
sizzle.
is-
I just don't think your stove's on here, Kay.
I have a staff, you know, like a walking staff I walk with, and then this woman gets
I am
beaten like
being 100%
bop,
honest when I
bop,
say
bop,
that I
shut
did
the
not see
fuck
this part
up.
of the video before I
Bop.
made the stove's not
And
on
then,
joke. But this is what I love
yeah.
about Kay. Recognizing that
Her
something is
stupidity
different because
does
the onions
not
didn't sizzle when
continue.
she put them in, and just assuming it's because they're fresh and not
Like,
because
this is
the pan is not.
stupidity.
Never change, Kay.
Right, I
Sure,
promise
sure.
the
Cook your
same fry
fucking,
pan.
cook your
Like I
fucking
said, they're all joined together.
onions. Sure, throw your fucking wiener on there.
You don't have to spit, it's roots.
Why do you have so many wieners?
Not at me spitting, do you? Ow!
Where's the onion?
He's waiting for the onions
Can you-
to...
Few in.
Well, can she please pull the fucking pan towards the heat?
I might need
Leave her alone.
Oh,
Now, I've
fuck.
got plenty, I bought plenty
I
of
can't.
sausages,
Hold the line. Don't fucking ask something I cannot do.
but I don't know how many the dish will take.
Okay.
Who said I was
like said,
asking?
This is not going to end up being a
Well, I
lasagna.
can't-
But
you
some
can't- you
things,
can't
like,
tell me
had to
something I'm
make
not gonna
Kay
do.
think that
Yeah,
she's
I'm not
man.
gonna.
making it, right? Like, is she following a recipe or something? Because if
Anytime
she
you tried to
was,
say something
like,
I
this is
shouldn't
the
do,
worst
have I tried?
way,
Have I done
feel
it?
Like to cook sausage for a lasagna. Why not just get ground sausage? Like, I'm very curious as to what made her pick this selection of ingredients.
All right, we
whatever the
move
hell she's about to
Voltaire
make.
back to
Now
France.
you can see that the sausages are doing
We'll wait and see if he
very
notices.
nicely. And if you're wondering what's in that pan, it's spud potatoes to go with the sausages. And over there, I don't know if you can see.
I don't think he's noticed.
Can you see? Okay, you don't even can see it yourself, so I don't expect anybody else to. But over there is a jug. It's going to have gravy in it, and I'm
Learn a
going
lesson?
to put the diced
What the fuck
onions
was that? What the fuck happened?
diced as best as I can.
Oh, you didn't realize what happened? Here, I'll show you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part of the video where you should start getting worried. We are apparently making sausage lasagna. And the ingredients that we can see so far are sausages. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. Potatoes being boiled in a pot. Okay, that's,
Learn your lesson?
That's a little unorthodox, I would say. And onion gravy. What are we about to witness?
This is the dish I
Learn your lesson?
using. I can't even see it.
Wait, no, I was looking at
So,
something else.
turn
What
it
the
that
fuck
way,
happened?
please,
Now I'm
so you can
here?
see
What
it
the
well.
hell?
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sausages
All right, he hasn't learned his
in
lesson.
here, just like this. I'm not going to put them.
We're probably gonna go to sleep after this video. I'm getting tired.
I should put some at the top. What I'm going to do is just pans cool it well. The pans.
All right, so
Cool it well. Yeah, cooling down. All right. Unfortunately,
I don't know what the
there's
fuck
not
this shit is.
I might be able to squeeze another
Why do
sausage.
British people put
Yes,
sausages
bang
in
right,
everything?
just
Why do they
right,
try to
that
make
one will have
sausage
to somewhere
everything?
go at the top.
So
I
fucking
really
weird.
don't
Like
think
baked
it's
bean
gonna
sausage
be lost.
I'm
lasagna.
sorry, did I hear you correctly? Are we opening up a second package of sausages? I was under the impression
How
that
many
the
fucking
load-bearing sausages under
Jesus
the
Christ.
dish were not for consumption. I guess technically, at this point, we could still maybe wind up with something that ends up looking like a lasagna, but that window is going to be closing shortly. Also, doubling this amount of sausage, is this not an insane
was
amount of
that noise?
sausage for like any dish?
Right, the angle you are looking
Don't worry
at
about it.
is the
Okay.
best I can do. The camera has just
What's
smashed
next?
on the floor, and the front of it.
Oh, we're just
has
making stacks on
off.
stacks
My
of
God, even the
sausages.
camera
Right
didn't
now.
want to be a part of this. What are we making? Is this just like sausage and mashed potatoes?
So
are we just
the
making
thing I
sausage
did
and
when
mashed
I
potatoes
brought
and gravy?
hot
What
dogs
on
over
God's
and
green
you
earth
put a
possessed Kay to call this
lamp
a
in
lasagna?
front of
I mean,
the door?
she's made a lasagna before. Now, granted, it looked like this,
No.
but at least like legally, it would still likely be classified as a lasagna. This
is this?
not even recognizable. The comments are saying that she accidentally made bangers and mash, which I'm not
The
even
fuck
going to
is
give the time of
bangers
day
and
to something
mash?
with a name as silly as that.
Spread them all out. You can still see, yes. You
Do
can
not
still
know.
see.
I don't want to.
Have to buy a new camera.
I'm actually
tonight.
going to go to bed, but
So yeah.
I'm going to be here.
So that is the spud taters.
I'm
Fuck
about to go to
everyone
sleep
else.
after this
And
anyway.
I'm going to be
over.
drunk on your stream. I'm cool with that because I like you. You're my
This
brother.
might genuinely be the most confusing cooking video
Gay.
I've ever
Get outta
watched
here.
on this channel. I feel like at this point I have to move past
Gay.
the fact that she's calling this sausage lasagna.
I have a
because,
wife.
I mean, she keeps just
Gay.
adding on more and more confusing elements
Oh.
to this dish.
Get the
And
fuck outta here,
I feel like I have
Voltaire.
to address those too. What is
This
with
is
British
some
people
bullshit.
and putting
How the fuck
things
am I
in
supposed
these
to
casserole
argue
dishes
having a
when
wife
it's
and
like
not
5
wanting to be
times
gay?
more convenient
And I
to
don't
just
like
put them on your
men, and
plate
I'm
when
just
you're ready
gonna,
eat
you
them?
know,
What's the
hunker
point?
down
This
with the
sound like
shit you're
Gecko.
saying.
With
And
the potatoes.
This
how
sounds
is
like
that
Gecko.
gay?
Game? Is it meant to be a surprise, like a mystery box? You're not meant to know that there's sausage in this dish? Is it the same sort of concept as like
I
hiding
think
a
I'm
pill in a
fighting
slice of cheese for a
the
dog?
world, I
don't get
guess,
it.
to make sure I'm not gay. It's like, listen here, I'm not gay.
Oh, you're 100% gay.
Sausages.
You're French too,
squash them
which is
down
even
a little
gayer.
touch more.
Oh, what the?
That's it.
This is
Oh man,
bullshit.
it's driving me bonkers that she left a sausage in the pan. Why? What could have possibly
Why
made
was-
you do that, Kay? You've got like 40 fucking sausages in this casserole dish already. You got to leave
Why
out
was
one.
what?
That's what's gonna
No,
set
just-
it over
I
the edge.
want her to
That's what's
actually
gonna
use
make
that
this
last
too much
sausage. That makes me
Give a
angry.
break.
Honey and gravy to go on
Just
the
put.
top.
Why?
just to
Why?
melt
What
the-
is this? This is
just help
gross.
the Spud taters.
Hey,
And then to go on top of that.
I offered you the
What is
last
that
sausage.
gravy?
Emmett ate the sausage, and I brought over because I
What
ate
is
the
this fucking
sausage.
gravy?
Go on top.
Like, this is
You put the
water. This is
fucking-
brown water. This isn't gravy.
Because my son doesn't like cheese, as you all know, which I have never made a secret about.
What is this,
So
ham?
I'm doing half ham, and I'm going to do other half.
Using lunch meat on half of this. What? How is this a
This is the
lasagna?
funniest thing I've ever seen a person do in the kitchen. Can you
This is
imagine
not a
if you
lasagna.
just for a moment and just
Ridiculous.
walk with me?
This
Somebody
is not a
tells you that they're
lasagna.
gonna make lasagna, and they invite you over to their
Well, you
house.
didn't
You
eat
sit
a
down
lasagna.
expecting
You
an
ate
Italian
pizza. So what the
classic,
fuck
and they
does
serve you
lasagna
mashed
have to do with
potatoes,
anything?
Sausage and gravy, and then they say, "Oh, sorry,
Because
forgot
the
to mention
video is
our
about
son
her
doesn't
making a
like cheese."
lasagna.
So we substituted it with sliced
Oh.
ham. If that happened to me, I
Yeah.
would take that person to the emergency room. Be like, "Doctor, there is something significantly
I don't know,
wrong
man.
with this person.
You should
Help
probably
me." I mean,
turn
I don't
her
know
off
if
for
Kay maybe
tonight
just
because
thought
I'm
that,
gonna
like,
turn
the
her off
word
for tonight.
lasagna and the word
I don't
casserole
wanna
meant
know
the
about
same
that.
thing. But like seriously, this almost seems
Oh,
like
you
a
don't know
cause
about
for
turning off
concern.
for
Like I
tonight?
said, sorry about the
Let me tell
small
you.
screenshot. You've got all dark there. But anyway, let's try this. Oh, I love mashed
You hear?
potatoes.
This looks like a
Did you
fucking.
hear it?
This is soup.
So like, I'm
Soup's
sure
not
it's
good.
not
I mean,
bad.
soup's
Potato,
alright.
potato,
Most people,
sausage, soup.
Kind of hard to fuck that out, but
most
there's
people
just
just like
something
make
so
water.
burnt
They have
fucking water.
fucking
video that I
water,
don't
and
feel
then
like
they
I've
put
ever felt
fucking
before. To call this
just
a
random
lasagna
things in
and
it,
like
and they
not
call it
be
soup.
joking at
It's
all, to
stupid.
really mean lasagna and then produce
Like
this,
stew is
the best
alright. It's
comedy
like, yeah,
writers
there's
in
some
the
fucking
world could never
substance,
even
you know.
dream of that. Even if they did, I don't
But
think it'd be
soup,
funny if somebody
I
did
mean,
this
you
on
could make
purpose.
it. You
This
could
video
throw
needs to go in a
pickles in a
museum. Well,
fucking
guys,
soup. Like, who?
all
What
I
the
have is
fuck
one
wants
question
pickle
for
soup?
you. What do you think went wrong here? Because sure.
All right, well, I'm going to bed.
So
See you, Voltaire. All right, well, that was an interesting stream. I was trying to do other stuff. I was gonna play a game, but that ended up not working out. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to, if depending on how tired I am, I'm either gonna try to beat Cuphead, or I don't know. Like there's a lot of stuff. Like I try to do things separated in 2 weeks. I try to do like 1 week where I'm just like doing like debates and some type of topic and stuff, and then the week later, the other week I'll do like games and stuff. But I don't know. We'll probably tomorrow I'll probably be playing a game. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to sleep. Thanks everybody who stopped by. I'll see you all, or I'll see some of y'all whenever they stop